together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold of me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No, I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm gonna battle and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games to play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is alive. What you do, some things you gotta do.
Hey. Westside Athens, Opulent D, OGE, JP, Era JQ. What it do? D-Man, Dank Father, DS. Appreciate y'all, man. Super Bros. G. What's up, man? Birdman, the Joy of Boxing. Thank you guys for coming in here early, man. I totally appreciate y'all. We're gonna start. It's trailer time, y'all. We're gonna start this trailer. Make sure you click the link in the bio that's clicked and order the movie, man.
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them myself. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
How many? They say at least 15. Welcome to the show. Sarah's already in the building. We're going to start this engine. How cold is it out there?
Man, it's like, hold on. I think it's like
7, 8?
Nah, it's 30 degrees outside right now.
So it's below freezing.
It's snowing a little bit.
Oh, it's below freezing over there. Man. Ooh, man. You never thought about moving to Cali? You done been all over the world.
I'm from Cali.
You are?
I'm originally from LA.
What part?
Woodland Hills. I grew up in Woodland Hills. I went to Taft High School.
Did you? What year did you graduate?
2001.
Oh, Taft High School.
Mhm.
Okay, so you went with the kid that went to UCLA, or were you before him?
He was a year after me, Steve Smith, right?
Yeah, Steve
And then he
Smith.
went to the he played on the Giants for a little bit.
Yeah, and there
His,
was a
mo- his mother was my first for my first car. She was my first insurance agent. And
Oh,
she
how
kept
cool
the
was that?
job too, even when her son was in the NFL.
Wow, you never want to come back?
I come back every now and again, but to live, I don't know. New York is more my speed, I think.
Yeah, you do be moving and shaking. You absolutely do be moving and shaking. Did you watch the fight last night?
I did.
And what were your thoughts?
I mean, Gary was injured early. Like, what round was that when he hurt his
Third,
shoulder?
third,
3, yeah.
3,
So
4.
I mean, that kind of changed the dynamic of the fight, in my opinion.
Mhm.
He did an incredible job to be fighting with one arm, but I don't think he did enough to actually win the fight. The kid, you got to give credit to that kid. He was strong, and the size difference was crazy to
Yeah.
me.
Oh, very much.
So, but yeah, no, yeah, I mean, God bless him. I think Gary's still an incredible fighter. I think he definitely, he's too inactive,
Yeah.
and he needs to get that shoulder fixed. That shoulder injury is serious. I had a shoulder injury before, and it's a long road to heal that. I don't know what type of injury you have. I don't know if it's a rotator cuff, but this is a very tough injury, especially when you're a boxer and
Right.
that's your tool. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
Right.
but I wish him all the best. I hope he comes back.
No, no, absolutely right. Birdman says, "Yo, Fred, she fine." To the
Thank
guys in
you.
the chat. How did you get your New York accent? How did that?
I've been here almost 15 years now, so it's like, it kind of rubs off a little bit after a while.
That is, I never knew it. I never knew it went the other way after you hit a certain age.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I just kind of like, I'm like a chameleon.
Mm.
I can go anywhere and fit in, and I've always been blessed to be able to relate to all walks of life. So,
Facts, 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 facts. Yeah, I was watching the fight, man, and I'll take it back to Friday. I was on the phone with the fighter, and I was like, see, you better listen to me. See, I'm like whipping him on the phone like this because he was off by a half pound. They made him shave his beard. It was like he was
wow.
because Gary's very disciplined. Like they're very like orthodox in their thinking as it pertains
Right.
to boxing. They cut off all the fat, nothing. We believe in hard work. We love our father. This is the way it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting, he's a half a pound off. That's interesting. They make him shave his beard. That's interesting. And then we come to find out the back stuff. That he had a previous injury. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be real
And it
tough.
was interesting because he mentioned that too, right? Wasn't
Mhm.
it in like an interview or some at the press conference, right?
Yeah, at the
Or
press conference.
something, he
Mhm.
mentioned the shoulder, so that was kind of strange that he would like offer that information like that close to the fight.
Yeah, and I was like, they about to get Gary. They about to get Gary by any means necessary, man.
Yeah, man.
And it always takes me back to Pernell Whitaker. So Pernell Whitaker is like my benchmark. How the business of boxing just destroys these
Absolutely, yeah,
these
yeah.
highly skilled fighters who can literally just run through a promoter's list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Gary was one of them guys for PBC.
Yeah, for sure, for
Because he
sure.
didn't fight Leo, Abner, nor Carl Frampton. They all
Right.
fought each other basically, but they never fought Gary. And
Yeah, I heard a lot of different things, like different rumors, like they, as far as like, he would like outprice himself, or
Mhm.
like, he had high expectations, which I mean, any fighter should, like, you know what I mean? You should, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your worth, who is going to believe in you? But in another sense, you also have to be realistic,
Mhm.
and you can't ask for money that's just not there. If
Right.
you don't generate those ticket sales, the asses in the seats, or if you don't generate the pay-per-view numbers,
Right.
then how can a promoter afford to pay you?
Right.
So you kind of just have to be realistic at the same token. And I heard rumors. I don't know how true it is, but I just heard in some ways that he was kind of unrealistic with his numbers.
Yeah, because Bill frequents the show, and I remember Gary and Bill going back and forth as it pertains to the negotiations. And ironically enough, I'll tell you, this is like 2 years ago. Like we're working on a year and a half, right?
Mhm.
And that was like the conversation during COVID. Gary versus Devin versus Gary.
Mhm, mhm.
And I told him, I says, if y'all don't fight each other, y'all gonna be next on that Summer Jam screen.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's when you got a skill set like those two, they don't want you touching that Mexican money. They don't want you
Right.
touching that Pacquiao money. If there was a Asian guy over there, they don't want you touching none of that. You ain't getting in the way of them making any money. So I thought Gary got, and there's no way. And check this out, Sarah. You know what I was thinking? I was having this conversation Friday. He has a black manager. Gary's the black fighter, black family. Gary's pretty consistent at that. He has a fear that he won't get another date if he pulls out.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And the
mhm.
fact that they put this man in position that who doesn't need a check after not working for 2 years? I don't care
Of
if you're
course, absolutely,
I don't care if you're Floyd or if you're me. You still need that money. And
100%.
and he's in a position where he has a fear. It's a bigger fear of him not getting the fight again versus him fighting with an injury. That's
Right,
scary. That's scary.
right, right, for sure,
Ooh,
absolutely,
man, that's
absolutely.
how did you get into boxing?
I originally, was an aspiring fighter. I originally, I started with karate, kickboxing, all that stuff like a lot of females do. And I did everything I could in that sport. Um, and then I moved into boxing, fought amateur. But when I was fighting, there was no Olympics yet.
Mm,
Olympics for women started 2012. So I turned pro, and my pro debut, I made $400, and I had a newborn. And then I had 2 fights fall out after that. And I couldn't do it. Like, I needed to make money. So, working a full-time job, training and taking care of an infant on my own. I was a single mom at that.
mm,
It just became too much, because boxing, I give so much respect to fighters because it definitely is a full-time job.
wow.
And I don't believe that any fighter that is really worth having or really serious about the game should have to work a full-time job and box.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
boxing really does take everything out of you, like mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, it really is a job, like unlike any other sport. You don't expect NFL players to work a full-time job. Why should a boxer? You know what I'm saying?
How do we fix that?
That's a loaded question right
Right?
there.
Isn't it?
That's a loaded question, but um, you know, there's too many promoters, too many sanctioning bodies. Like, it's not one unit like the NFL is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one unit like the NBA is. Like, you have all these different people with their own different agendas. Like, the UFC got their one thing. You know what I mean? They got their one situation, and we just have so many different rules. Like, you go from one state to the other, you got different rules. You got, different medicals, different this, different that. It's just boxing needs to become a whole entity, and that will never happen, unfortunately.
Right.
But it's so, like, boxing's even separated with race. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so separated that it's like you can't generate money altogether in order to, make sure guys get paid or whatever. And there's too many fighters that, like, there's so many fighters on the planet, right? Like, but everybody plays their role. You got journeymen, you got the tomato cans, and you got the real prospects. But you need the journeymen and you need the tomato cans. You know what I'm saying? They all play their roles. You know what I mean? So it's really difficult to, like, distinguish a pay. You
Right.
know, they were talking about like boxers having a union at one point, but how do you get guys to pay union dues if they're not fighting? You know, so you couldn't get enough boxers to pay union fees and all that. See, the beatbox just said boxing needs a union. You just can't. You can't get guys to pay union dues if they're not fighting regularly.
Right. Right. Yeah, I look at the model from UFC and I like the model. You know, like a guy can literally I'm not talking about the money aspect of it as it pertains to what the fighters complain about, but the structure of it where I can like the heavyweight challenger last night. He's only been fighting 3 years, but he literally climbed himself through the ranks. And
Mm,
now he was a number 1 contender and he fought Nagano last night. You
mm.
don't have that in boxing, you know,
No,
where
not
a
at all.
guy can literally sit at the number 1, number 2 spot for years. And if he's not
Right.
represented by these big promoters,
It's funny. I actually had I'm not gonna say names, but you know, a former world champion called me today asking me a question about a female fighter who is now the mandatory in the WBC.
Mhm.
Not gonna put her name out there either, right? But he was like, you know, I told her to stay, um, you know, don't sign with a promoter and you know and fight for the mandatory without representation. I said, who's gonna enforce it?
Mhm.
And he's like, the WBC. I said, no, they won't. I said, Chantel Cameron was the mandatory to fight Katie Taylor. The fight never happened.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have a promoter with the champion and you don't sign with that promoter, the fight most likely will never happen.
Right.
You have to have representation, some type of promoter to push the fight, to put the fight on, to pay you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it is what it is.
Right.
Shut up.
What's your take on women's boxing and Jake Paul's impression on it?
I love where women's boxing is going. You know, I love seeing women get paid for doing um basically the same thing the men are doing. You know what I mean? Like and putting on fantastic fights. Like the women, I mean, 9 times out of 10, them fights is better than the men.
Mm.
You know, like when you had Chantel Cameron fight Mary McGee, that was an amazing fight, man.
Mm.
That was a great fight. Like these women are really putting on shows now, you know,
Right.
and the skill level was different.
Mm.
Like just like the men evolve, the women evolve. Like you have women that could really fight now, you
Mm.
know, and you know, I was one of the first promoters, if not the first promoter to have Amanda Serrano. I signed her with Greg Cohen and we put her on
Wow.
TV 3 times.
Wow.
And I begged Greg to sign her because I was like, yo, this girl is different, man. This girl is special. I loved her work ethic. She literally does not have a cell phone. She lives, eats, breathes boxing. She takes it serious. Doesn't have a boyfriend, nothing. But she's like, yo, all that could wait. Like she really loves this shit. You know,
Really?
so, you know, like we are just as passionate, if not more so than the men. And we deserve better pay. Like I'll give you an example, right? Melissa Hernandez is one of my fighters, right?
Mhm.
And I had her fight Chantel, and she got paid 5 times more than she's ever made in her entire career, right? However, Devin made 3.5 million, something like that, like some crazy number for the same belt she just fought for.
Mm.
For the same exact belt, same belt, same weight, right? And she didn't even crack 100 grand,
Right.
and he's making damn near 3 million, something, like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the pay discrepancy is so crazy. Even though women are making more now, they're still not even touching what the men are making.
Mm.
Touching what the men are making. Like not even close.
Right.
Not even close. I don't think Clarissa's even touched the M yet.
No, she said she just signed a big deal overseas.
The skyboxing, I think.
Yeah.
Like, why should American women have to go overseas to sign or to make money? That was so long ago. I remember back in the day, women were going overseas to like France to fight for world titles for 10 grand, thinking that was some money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Right. Right. Yeah, Birdman, like he's boxing them broke his heart.
But why shouldn't it be close, Lorenzo? Why shouldn't we get paid?
Mm.
Why shouldn't we get paid when we're putting on the same exciting fights as the men? That's crazy to me. And we're still putting in the same work.
Do you think got to increase the female consumption of it?
I mean, I think it just needs to be an all-around consumption of it. People need to start supporting these women the same way they support tennis players. What's the difference? Because they wear skirts. Ebony Bridges is getting a whole bunch of money because she's, you know what I mean? Like she doing what she do with the weigh-ins.
Mm-hmm.
But why should it have to go? Why should it have to go to that extent?
Right.
Why should women have to do that?
Right.
In order to get people to pay attention.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, that's like Camilla St. John. Like, not to discredit her, she was a great champion. You know what I mean? But when she fought, and she fought everybody. But when she fought like the top girls, she would lose, but she would put asses in the seats and sell tickets and pay-per-view. Why? Because she's fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And she did Playboy, and she was like I want to say like a sideshow.
Uh-huh. She was a radio personality out here too.
Yeah, I love her.
Uh-huh.
I love her. I mean, she supports me in my art, everything. But she was a gorgeous woman, and she was, you know what I mean? She could fight. She was like, but she had just a ton of heart. You know what I mean? You wasn't just getting her out of there.
Mm-hmm.
She just had all the heart in the world.
Right.
But it's like now you have these women that really have real skill.
Sure.
Real skill. Like some even are just as skillful as the men.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But as far as Jake Paul, I go back to your question. What Jake Paul is doing, I applaud him. Because you know what? Ain't nobody else doing it.
Right.
I mean, Eddie's doing it. Eddie's, signed a lot of the girls, put a lot of the girls on. But as far as the pay, like, ain't nobody getting paid like Amanda getting paid right now.
Yeah, she's getting paid very, very well.
Ain't nobody getting paid like that. For him to make his first signing a female, was it his first? It was his first signing, right?
Sure, it was.
Yeah. So like that says a lot.
And she's the co-main event.
Right. Exactly.
So she's getting a lot of media coverage.
100%. 100%. But like Jake Paul also, like I used to have mixed feelings about it. Because I was like, damn, why this kid getting all this money and he ain't dedicated his life to this sport. He ain't. But on the other hand, he's bringing people that wouldn't necessarily be boxing fans to the sport. You know what I mean? And the kids that fight on his undercards, or the grown men that are fighting on his undercards, and women now are getting exposure worldwide to people that wouldn't necessarily be boxing fans. And now they might have these fans that would have never been there if it wasn't for Jake Paul.
Andre, share your thoughts on Mauricio and Devin situation. And I love the art piece you done for Bill and Dev. Keep pumping out the late night art IG shares. Yeah, I'll be watching.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What Mauricio say again? He said something about the belt.
It's changing every week, yo.
Yeah, like I don't even want to touch on that because I really don't know all the facts about it. So I don't really want to touch on it until I speak with Dev and his pops about it. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. I don't know, but he changes every 2 weeks. It depends on what audience he's speaking to.
Right.
If he's speaking to 100%. If he's in the barbershop, he's been in here a couple of times. Yeah, we're gonna make the fight. Yeah, he's the champion. Yeah, champion.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. It's you know, as I'm watching Jake Paul, he's unattached. So he is challenging status quo because he's beholding to no one.
Mm,
You know, he's real freelancing and moving. He
course.
doesn't have to answer to Bob Arum, Al Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya,
It's,
Floyd
it's
Mayweather.
beautiful at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much better.
Right.
When you got that bread, you can kind of say what you want to say and do what you want to do. You don't
Right.
have to answer to nobody.
Yeah. And I like what he goes at Dana White, you know.
And good for, I mean, I say good for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good for him, and he's entertaining.
Very entertaining.
You know, he's entertaining.
Very entertaining. And so why on the manager side?
Oh, why did I get on the manager
Yeah.
side?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, you know, initially, when I decided to not fight anymore, I was like, how do I still be a part of the sport that I love?
Right.
You know, I still want to be a part of it. And I had met a fighter by the name of Rashad Holloway. I think it was like MySpace or something. It's back MySpace days.
Huh?
And he was talking to me about like he was stuck in Houston and
Wow.
with some Bill Benton, and he was from Cincinnati, and he came up with Ricardo Williams and old school Cincinnati fighters,
Uh-huh.
but it was not Rashi Warren. He knew all of them. Like they was a little younger than him. Adrian Braun was a little younger than him, but they all kind of came up together, and I looked at some of his fights, and I was like, well, this guy could actually fight a little bit, and I was just like, let me see if I could help. And at that time, I was at Wildcard Gym, and I spoke with Freddie, and I was like, let me see if I could bring this guy out here and see what we could make happen. And he ended up being like a phenomenal sparring partner. Like, I mean, he fought a couple times in Cali on some local club shows, but I had him in camp with Shane Mosley. Obviously, he became Manny Pacquiao's primary sparring partner, and then he had a camp with Margarito before the Shane Mosley fight. And during that camp, Margarito broke Rashad's orbital bone. And that was the fight where he got caught with the cement in his gloves, or the plaster Paris. So, I couldn't prove that he was using it in sparring, but in my mind, I'm like, you don't go into a fight of that magnitude without practicing with whatever you're going to do in the fight.
Right.
Right. So, but because of that injury, Rashad became kind of gun shy, and wouldn't let his hands go the same way. And it just, that was kind of like the downfall. But he ended up being a great trainer, and he's still in LA and like doing it. Like he's making money. He's, you know what I mean? And it makes me happy to see him doing well. And he's become like a godfather to my daughter. And like, those are the type of relationships that I hold dear to my heart and make me happy to be a part of the sport in the way that I am. I love to see people that I had some hand in doing really well. So I think the management part of it makes me feel good, like to be able to help somebody that is feeling like, it might be over for them, or, like the top guy, I'm not a Keith Connolly or David McWater, but I'm very friendly with them, and, they might do me some favors, you know what I'm saying? So it works for me to, like, I would love to work with guys like a Mickey Bay, or, guys that are kind of written off, or on like they want to finish their career on a good note. You know what I mean? Or, guys that kind of people written off, or didn't get the opportunities, because there's so many fighters out there that are overlooked.
Right.
And just don't get the shot, wrong place, wrong time. Or they're just not in the mix like that.
Right.
You got guys from North Carolina and Florida and Louisiana, and You know, you got guys down there, people don't even look for them. They don't check for them. You know, you don't know. They just don't, they're just not in the mix. They don't have the opportunity. So like I love working with guys like that.
Yeah. And Mickey Bay was on here and he told his story. It's like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
does a world champion fall? How do you go from a world champion winning 9 rounds and 3 quarters, one punch? They just
Change everything.
say, oh, you ain't nobody. Like, this is Mickey Bay. He was one of the best amateurs ever. Like, what are you talking about?
Right,
You know,
exactly.
like it's KJ says, I agree that women boxers deserve more money, but are women boxers, fans, and promoters doing enough to bring the revenue to the sport?
Nah, he's correct, but no, people are definitely. I mean, look, Katie Taylor, she got a whole country behind her. You know, and if she loses, that's gonna hurt Eddie's heart because she brings in coins.
Right.
You know, so it just depends, man. Like, also, we gotta. So Ireland comes out for their people. You know, they come out in droves.
Right.
You know, why we're not doing that for our fighters? I think it's probably because we have so many races of people in the United States, so there's no one unit, right? So we just don't support them because they're American. I don't know. I could be wrong. But Spanish, Mexicans, they support each other, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. That's something that we need to kind of dig deeper into and figure that out. Like maybe it's because it's still kind of taboo in a sense where we don't really want to see our mothers, our sisters, our wives getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, even anything that's considered masculine, right?
Mhm.
Women never make the same money in.
Right.
But then they play tennis, which is kind of like there's no physicality in it really, as far as like, you know, what I'm talking about.
Right.
And they making all the money in the world.
Yeah, and to get back to your point, I remember Carissa Shield was saying about Al Heyman don't do women's boxing, and Bob Arum only does Micaiah Miller or something like that.
Michaela.
Yeah, Michaela Miller. Thank you.
Mhm.
And she had to go overseas to go get her money. I would have thought a male fighter would have adopted Carissa Shields. Like, you're coming with me,
Right.
like
Right.
you're gonna be on my cards. I'll take a little bit out, but I want you to build off of my brand, and then you go off and
What adopt her like what though?
like kind of like a pseudo manager or a pseudo promoter.
Mm.
So let's say
I
Frederick
mean,
Hawthorne.
Salida was a fighter, right?
Who? Say it
Salida.
again.
Dimitri Salida.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah,
He was a
yeah,
fighter.
yeah, he was a fighter. But I'm not sold on him either, though. Like he's not aggressive enough. Like, he should be like, you got a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and like, you need to be chopping down trees in the forest. Like, I don't see him doing a lot of promotional like forwardness. I see Carissa doing a lot of the work. He's doing a lot of stuff in the back room that I know nothing of, but I rarely see him like like doing like interviews, like promoting his talent and stuff like that. Because he doesn't have a network. So how you get the court of public opinion is,
My thing is, why wasn't she signed by Al Heyman or someone like that? Why did it have to be a B-level promoter to sign her?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I mean, why was it Greg Cohen who had to sign Amanda Serrano, and
Right.
not, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
yeah, like, but I think now it's gonna change a little bit because now we're seeing like I don't think promoters take kindly to Jake Paul one-upping them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But I do respect Eddie for taking on all, like, he took on a lot of girls, man. He has a lot of female talent.
No, he does. And the young lady from the DC area is just signed a deal too.
Franchon, yeah.
Rashawn.
Franchon Cruz, yeah. Because also I think Eddie has her unification upon like the
Yeah.
other girl. So
Yes.
she had to sign with him.
Mm.
You know, that's again what I'm saying about like I don't we were talking about this off air about enforcing mandatories and all that. You
Right.
know, so she had to sign with him.
Mm.
Or no, we were talking about on here. Yeah. Like
Yeah, yeah.
she had to sign with him.
Yes, you definitely had to sign. And I took exception to when Floyd called her and he said, well, if there's anything you need. Did you see that video?
When he called who? Clarissa?
Yeah, when he called Carissa.
Mm.
I would have said, I would have cursed him out. Me personally. Because
I'm all about actions.
yeah, no, more so action. You signed my enemy. You didn't even. What are you talking about? You signed Savannah Marshall.
Oh, Mayweather did.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
from the same state. We are 100 miles. You're from Grand Rapids. I'm from Flint. We're 100 miles apart. You signed my enemy, and you didn't even aggressively pursue me. I'm like,
Mm,
years later, I would have been like, "Nah, I don't want to talk to you, Floyd. Like, I'm good. I'm gonna do this on my own, And I thought that was weird for me,
yeah.
you know. I mean, Floyd has a status, so when Floyd reaches out, it's like finally he knows I'm here, But I would have went the other way with it. I would say I don't want to talk to him.
Right.
I don't want to talk to him
Right.
because you had a
No,
chance.
I feel you. I
Mhm.
feel you. I definitely feel you. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
but
And so you tweeted something the other day, and I had Rick Glazier on, and and I thought it was important that your voice get heard because I didn't want it to get drowned out, as it pertains to I mean, people saying, "Oh, it's probably not true. She ain't this, she ain't that." But I wanted you to share your half of the story because I've had Rick Glazier on twice, and I have him next Monday. Him and Rick Ross are coming on to talk
mhm.
about their roles in boxing, and
Yeah, they're
and
lying. They're lying.
mm,
Point blank period. I have a contract,
mm,
and I intend to enforce it.
mm,
Point blank period. So, I mean, I gave Rick Ross the opportunity to come on board with me in September. Flew out there, met with him, sat down with him, spoke to him face to face, and he said he was interested. And when he had the money by November, and November rolls around, the money wasn't there,
mm.
and so I moved on. I found somebody else. Big fight comes around, and it got turned down. I mean, if we talking about Anthony
Yeah,
Peterson,
yeah, Anthony Peters. Yes, yes, yes.
I was offered a fight for him for Chris Algieri for $100,000. He turned it down.
Wow.
Um, he turned it down because he said he needed another tune-up. I felt like, no disrespect to Chris Algieri, but I felt like that was a good fight for Anthony, and
Mm,
he needed to take that fight. Then after that, I got him on a Dusty Harrison card that was scheduled for February 19th. Dusty and Thomas Lamanna were putting it on in DC, and I flew Anthony out to Vegas to work with Devin
wow.
because he told me he could fight Southpaw. So he spent a week there and he came back. But it was a good experience for him,
Mhm.
because that was Devin getting ready for JoJo Diaz.
Right.
And he comes back and everything's everything. Then I get a call in the morning from my guy from boxing scene, Jake.
Mhm. He's
And,
everywhere. He's like
and
in 40 places at one time, dog.
right. And then he sends me a press release.
Wow.
Saying that Rick Ross and Rick Glazer signed Anthony Peterson. And he's like, I thought Anthony was your fighter. Like, he is my fighter. I got a contract. I got 2 contracts on him. Matter of fact, One was actually witnessed by Ronica Jeffrey. She was there. She signed it.
Wow.
Ronica Jeffrey, I don't know if you know her, she's former world champion. But she came with me to be a witness. And I'm like, this is crazy. So if you go on Boxing Scene right now and you look up the press release, the article, it says editor's note, Anthony's not signed with Rick Ross and Glazer. He has an existing contract with Serafina.
Wow.
So I show this to Anthony, and he, and also, mind you, right, when all this was happening, when I moved on, I actually gave Rick a courtesy text. I have the text. I posted the text.
Rick Glazer, Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. I'm gonna say Rick. When I refer to Rick Ross, I'm gonna just say Freeway, right?
Okay, gotcha.
I gave him a courtesy text, and I said, "Listen, I had to move on. Ant needed money. I got him a monthly stipend. Okay, not gonna say how much, but he's been paid well. His rent's been paid. He ain't had to worry about nothing. Got him health insurance. You know what I'm saying? Sent him to Vegas. You know what I mean? I went above and beyond.
Right.
It's like hard for me to it just gets me so upset. But I gave Rick Ross a courtesy text saying I had to move on, but I would love to have you as part of the team. I'd love to have you as a marketing or, do his social media, whatever the case may be. Right. He's like, yeah, I'm down. This all on my Twitter feed. Right. And I'm like, cool. And, so I don't mind him talking to Anthony. I have a contract. Like whatever he can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So then when this press release comes out, I go to Anthony and I ask him like, yo, what is this? Oh, I told you I was going to keep him on the team. I said, yeah, but not as your manager. Like, how you going to have another manager?
Right.
Or advisor or whatever? Like we have a contract, bro. I'm paying you. So then I call Rick and he's like, oh, well, we're just going to use each other's names. I'm going to use his name to build my credibility up and he could use my name. I'm like, it don't work like that. If you want to say he's your fighter, cool. Give me half of the money I gave him.
Right.
And then you could say he's your fighter all you want to. But then after that happened, I get a phone call from Thomas Lamanna. Who's this Rick Glazer dude? What are you talking about? He's calling about Anthony's fight, checking on his fight, about the opponent. I already got the opponent. I'm paying $7,000 for the opponent.
Oof.
What you calling about my fighter for? You go guess how he offers to pay for the fight? Take a guess. I can't make this shit up. Take a guess.
In Bitcoin.
Nah, with Rick Ross autograph signings.
No, it's not.
I ain't making it up. Have Thomas Lamanna come on board. We bring him in right now. I can't make this up. So they just really trying to play me. And I really do believe that it's because I'm a woman, because I'm not a Keith Connolly, because I'm not a Cameron Duncan. They feel like they can get away with it. And I'm really upset at Ross because he playing the fence. He trying to be cool with me, be cool with Ant, be cool with it don't work. Like if you a snake, you a snake.
Wow.
I gave you the opportunity to come on board. You wanted help? I offered to help you. I told him from the beginning when he told me he was going to partner with Rick Glazer, I said, it's a bad move, bro. Rick don't have a good name in the sport for shit like this. I remember 15, 20 years ago, I was working for Gary Shaw, right? I'm working for Gary Shaw. I'm making $125 a day, right? Working for Gary Shaw on site. I'm also working at Sapphire's Gentlemen's Club as a cocktail waitress, bottle girl. After one of the fights one time, I invite Gary Shaw, Leon Margulies, Lou DiBella, and Brad Goodman. And Rick Glazer. Right? They show up. They get their little table. I'm serving them. Rick comes. He can't even sit down. They won't even let him sit at the table. He got sat in the corner. This is like, I'm talking, this got to be 15 years ago. I knew back then he had a bad name. Like, you can't even sit with us, bro. Because of the shit you do. Snaky, sleazeball shit. And one thing I really do take pride in is my name, my reputation. You can say whatever you want about me, but you can never say that I stole from you. You can never say I did dirty business. You can never say I snaked you out of no money. None of that. Not at all. So then I get a text from Anthony saying, this is the hardest thing I ever had to do, but I promise I'm going to give you all your money back. Then there's a separate text clearly written from Glazer, relieving me of my managerial duties. Oh. How, bro? Give me my money. You give me my money, you can have him. He's yours. Just give me my bread. That's all I ask. Give me my money back. You can have him. He won't fight. He's not gonna fight anyway. Unless it's a gimme fight. I said what I said. I offered him Chris Algieri before Conor Ben. Not to mention I sent him to the dentist. Got his teeth pulled, right? He said his mouth hurt. He never been to a dentist before. Got his teeth pulled because he said that was the reason he didn't take Chris Algieri and he needed a tune-up. But I talked him into it. Him and Lamont was on the phone with me. Got his teeth pulled. You ready? All right, I'll take the fight now. I go back to Keith Connolly. He'll take the fight. Yeah, we moved on already. Money gone. So it wasn't a lifetime chance. He'd have been on right now. He'd have been on right now. Right back in the mix. Now, if you don't trust me as your manager, and mind you, I didn't go to Anthony asking to manage him. He asked me. I didn't go knocking his door down. And I really do pray for Anthony. I do hope that he does well. I really do. I hope he becomes a world champion. I really do. I think he's just misguided. I think he's gullible. He's fall for anything. And I think Rick Glazer just talk a good game. That's why he was on here talking for 3.5 hours. I'm not here to talk for 3.5 hours. I'm going to say my piece and keep it pushing. But this is some snake shit. And this is the game. This is boxing. I mean, this is business, period. I mean, this happens in probably every industry.
Right.
But it's just some snake shit. You know? And it's just not cool. It's not cool. There's no loyalty. No loyalty whatsoever. So, you know, Ant was trying to get me to take my tweets down when I put Rick Glazer on notice. He's like, yo, Rick wants you to take the tweet down. I'm like, I want him to retract his press release. Retract the press release, I take the tweet down. And that's just it. Well, Eric, you said it wasn't no real money, Sarah, and he would jump on its 3 sides to a story. It's $12,000. That's how much money it is. I gave him $12,000.
That's a lot of money. Like people think like these. Yeah, but people are not misunderstanding. It's people hard-earned money. It could be $10. You know,
it's principle.
And Prince. Oh man,
it's principle for me.
Principle, absolutely.
It's principle for me. Eric, you got $12,000 to give to Anthony?
Facts. No, to give to you.
Get to me.
Yeah, facts.
Since it ain't whole lot of money, it's a lot of money to somebody when you don't have it.
Facts. What happened with him and Barry Hunter? That never.
No, like that one I don't know. I had a long conversation with Barry too. I spoke to Barry. I believe none of what I hear and half of what I see when it comes to that, because I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I mean? But I just can't speak on it. But everybody hears the stories and they can believe whatever they want to believe.
It seemed like he just went away.
Who?
Anthony. Like after he lost to Brandon
Rios.
Brandon Rios.
I was at that fight.
Yeah, and
yeah. I mean, listen. Anthony's a great fighter. I wish him the best. But this happens to me a lot.
no,
happens to me a lot. The most loyal fighter I've ever had was Melissa Hernandez. I wish I could take every dime I gave to any other fighter and give it to her.
Wow.
Yes, the first fight she had with me was a world title fight, and I got her biggest payday to date. But I really haven't done that much for her. You know what I mean? And she's the most loyal person that I've ever had as a client. So,
wow. What's the resolution between you and the Ricks?
pay me or walk away. And if you walk away, I'll still fight Anthony. I still get him fights. I still work for him. Ain't no bad blood with me. I'm just speaking truth. I'm honest. I'm honest. I don't have no shame in my honesty. Some things always don't need to be said, but at the same time, I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying if I didn't have to defend myself. Like, you make me look like a chump, all right, I'm gonna say my piece, and I have receipts. So, but I wish them all the best. I wish them all the best.
He's signed to them now. Did he
He
release?
didn't say how can he be signed with him when he was signed with me?
Right.
Make it make sense.
Right. So when a fighter asks for release from his manager, what's the process?
I mean, the manager could decide to just rip up the contract and say he's released.
Right.
I'll release him. I just need my money first.
Right. Right.
Like, I gotta get it one way or the other. Either Rick Ross and Glazer give it to me, or they step away and I get Anthony a big fight. That's how we work that out. And my contract was super fair. It was only an 18-month contract. 3 fights a year. Super fair. Stipend and everything.
Wow.
Originally, the first contract he signed with me for no money. He wanted to sign with me for no monies. And I told him, no, Aunt, I'm going to get you some bread because you need it. And I did. I did what I said I was going to do. I did what I said I was going to do. I kept my word. I got him $4,000 a month.
Wow.
$4,000 a month. And then after the Chris Algieri, he turned Chris Algieri down. We had to take it down to $2,000.
How do you turn down $100,000?
Because I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna get my money back.
So that means if you're offering to split with the Ricks the contract, it wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of money involved.
Give me $6,000.
No way.
Give me $6,000. Then you can say he's your fighter. Man, I told you Rick didn't have the money in November. I moved on.
Wow. Man, you got to pay that $6,000 for this bad.
Just pay me my monies, my coins. That's it. But ain't no partners no more. That's done. That's over.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's over. They can't give me. They gotta give me the full 12 now. They gotta go. Take your fighter and go. I don't need the aggravation, truth to you.
And it seemed like this was out of love.
Absolutely. I looked at Anthony as family. I've known Anthony for 15 years, basically. Maybe longer. Maybe longer. I've always wanted to work with Anthony. I tried to sign him to Greg Cohen back in the day before they even went with I think before they even went with Golden Boy. Like I've been wanting to work with him, you know, but you got to believe in me too. And then I guess after everybody else did him dirty, he decided to come to me, and it probably happened again. After he realized that the Ricks ain't who they say they are, then he'll come back home, maybe, hopefully. But this happens all the time in boxing. This ain't just, you know, and everybody thinks that it's always you know, oh, the fighters, the woe is me of the fighter, the woe is me. But the fighters be snakes too. They be doing the unloyal shit too. I've seen plenty managers get screwed over by fighters. Plenty promoters get screwed over by fighters. Plenty.
KB says, I'm going to be like Tay Jones.
Does this really say women's rights was a mistake? Wow, that's wild. That's wild.
We gotta beam in. Someone want to beam in and ask a question. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What's up, Champion Heart?
What's going on? How you doing, brother?
We're great.
All right. Sarah, how you doing?
How you doing?
Fine. Man, I like you already.
Thank you. Thank you, please.
You know, the fact that you putting that clown out on point, you know, I recognize him as a bullshit artist when he came on here.
Right.
You know, and you know, I told Fred in the show that this guy was a bullshit artist, and he's talking out the side of his neck, and he just say shit thinking nobody was around. You know, when shit was happening, you know, in this thing we call boxing. So he just say whatever. But I'm glad you're here with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for putting it out there, you know, because I knew exactly, you know, what he was. And this is why he says that Al Haymon is bad for boxing, because Al Haymon blocked guys like him out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know,
he can't even go to a PBC show.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he says that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know? But I'm definitely
He's a
glad.
Floyd hater. Like,
Exactly.
It's just like, how can you hate a man that brought so much to boxing?
Right.
You hate him or love him. He's brought fans to boxing. You know, he's generated so much revenue for the sport. You know, we've all eaten off of Floyd. Like, if you involved in the sport, you know what I mean? Like, it and just not even that, but just like the entertainment aspect, he's entertaining, man. He gave you a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? You tuned in. I'm sure Glazer's tuning in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't hate him that much.
Yeah. No, most definitely. You said that you had a martial arts background. What style did you study?
I did Tang Soo Do, Taekwondo, and Kempo.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. When I first started, I started with Kempo.
Nice.
And then I
trained with Cecil Peoples, his son
Really?
Brian, and Skiwi in the
Get
valley.
out of here. In Nevada.
In the valley in LA.
In LA. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Cecil Peoples, he spent some time in Las Vegas. I know that guy.
He
Yeah.
became like a ref in the UFC, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I I train my daughters, right now because I also have a martial arts background. And
Nice, nice.
I train when I started out, I started with Kempo, and then I branched off into different kung fu styles, Chi
Yeah,
Kwan.
kung fu's cool too. It's just so different, man. It was like
Yeah,
very
yeah,
fluid.
very different, very different,
Yeah, very fluid. So it was kind of hard for me to catch on, but I liked it
Yeah,
though. It
yeah.
was cool. But
You know,
it's very different than karate is obviously.
right. I also branched off into a little bit of Jeet Kune Do,
Oh,
and
nice, nice.
but
Bruce
then
Lee.
check this out. When I moved to Vegas, right, I thought my hands were pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So I put them gloves
Yeah,
on.
boxing's a whole nother world, man. Boxing is a
Yeah.
whole nother world, bro. I remember the first time I sparred, I got my butt whooped.
Oh my God, let me tell you.
Man, I got my butt whooped, handed to me. I thought I walked into a boxing gym thinking I could do something. No, man. You better train a
Yeah.
little bit harder, sis.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
getting
no.
whooped so bad that when I would come back, they'd be like, "Damn, you came back?" You know?
Like you ready for another ass whooping?
Yeah. You know what? I also had the opportunity to train with the original Black Mamba,
Oh,
and when I was
nice,
living in Vegas, and
nice.
he showed me some incredible things. He did some incredible things, and I would get in trouble for kicking the bag, because he was like,
Mm,
this is not karate, it's boxing, you know.
right,
So I
right.
would get in trouble for doing that, but I was glad that I had an opportunity to train with the original Black Mamba.
That's
Um,
cool.
but I trained my girls, that's why I brought it up because, of
That's
my background,
awesome.
I was able to, pass that on to my daughters, and I've been training my daughters since they were like 5 and 6,
That's cool.
and every
Yeah, that's
chance,
important, man. Keep doing that because it's
yeah,
gonna give them fundamentals and just like structure. You know,
right,
gave me a lot of structure and like an outlet.
right, because my girls are now they're in their 20s now, and they still, we still train.
Oh,
I
that's
still work on
awesome.
their hands, work on their kicks. We
That's
still work out.
awesome.
So,
Yeah, that's
so,
awesome.
you know,
Yeah,
I love
that's great.
yeah. So you're in New York now, is that right?
I'm in Brooklyn. Yep.
You're in Brooklyn. Okay.
Hmm.
My oldest, she's in New York. She's
Oh,
actually
nice.
she's on tour right now because she does a stage play, the stage. You know what I'm saying? So she's on a tour right now.
Oh, okay, okay. To
Yeah,
Broadway stuff.
yeah. She does
Oh,
that kind of
cool,
stuff. Right,
cool,
right.
cool, cool.
And
Nice.
she's on tour right now, but she'll be back in New York. Do you have a gym in New York?
I work out at Gleason's.
The Gleasons.
Yeah, we
Okay.
go to Gleason's. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Next time I'm in New York, I like to check you out.
Oh yeah, come through, man. Anytime.
Most
We'd love
definitely.
to have you for
Most
sure.
definitely. Most definitely. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I didn't hear you, brother. What'd you say?
Why would I say something?
Oh no, sorry. I saw your
Yeah,
mouth moving. I thought you were about to say
no,
something.
I got a
Okay.
cough drop in. Why would I
Okay.
say something?
My bad. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that I had a chance to chop it up with you.
Likewise.
I'm glad
Appreciate you.
you're here tonight because you're approving everything that I said just a couple of nights ago.
Oh man, thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
So
Appreciate the love.
most definitely, it's definitely good to meet you. All right.
Likewise,
Take care.
likewise.
All right now.
Peace.
Yeah, the crowd was split. Like I would say the crowd was 70-30, just based off of the comments when Rick Gage was in here. 70-30, like not in favor of and 30% in favor of, I would say, when he was in
Mm,
here. You know what
mm.
I mean? And I give everyone a chance to come and speak, but I just didn't want your voice to get drowned out because you know how men do. You know what I mean? It
Oh
just
yeah,
keeps
of
rolling,
course.
just keeps
Of
rolling
course.
and rolling.
Of
And
course. Just tell him to next time you're in here, show the receipts.
I'm gonna ask them. I'm
Show the
definitely
receipts.
they'll be in here next Monday,
Yeah,
and
show the receipts.
it's the right thing to do, you
Yeah,
know,
show the receipts.
and they can respond as they wish.
Yeah. I got mine.
Right, right.
So
What other fighters do you have?
I'm just working with Melissa right now, and that's it. I got some things in the works, because I just got back into managing again, because I was working with on the promotional side for so long with Gary, and not Gary, but Greg, and before that Gary, and so I'm just now getting back into the managerial. So I got some things in the works, and
Right.
I'll be announcing soon. I just don't want to speak too soon when it comes to it.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but like there's a lot of fighters that I do work closely with, that I try to help out and you know do stuff for, and I always like I make fights all the time. Like I made the Diana Prozit Callie Reese fight. Like I make fights. Like I'll hear somebody needs an opponent, I'll find an opponent, like a booking agent would do or something like that. But um, I'm just starting to get back into the managing. This was just a unfortunate occurrence. So, but we live and we learn.
Mm. Have you ever attempted to join like PBC or help out PBC or Top Rank or anything like that?
Well, Top Rank, they have the same staff that's been there for 40 years.
Right, right, right.
Like they're gonna die working.
Mhm.
Like I think Brad and Bruce have been there like over 30 years for
Right,
sure.
right.
Angie does all their like travel and stuff. She's gotta been there more than 30 years. Like, they just kind of got their in-house staff kind of like already set. So but um there were other jobs at promotional companies that like, and I love helping women, right? Like there's Brittany who works for Matchroom.
Yeah.
um I got a call that they needed somebody to do their not site coordinating, but their hotel travel and stuff. And Brittany, we became really good friends. We met on Instagram, and like years ago when I first moved to New York. And she was just so passionate about boxing. Like her father was a part of the sport at some
Yeah.
point.
Hmm.
And I had her do some stuff for me when I was working with Greg, because she was bilingual. And so with like travel and stuff like that, picking guys up from the airport, doing shit, like the guys that can't speak English, is very difficult for me to communicate. So I would have her do like some of the travel stuff. So when I heard about the job, I was like, yo, Brittany would be perfect for this. So I told Greg, like, yo, call Eddie, let him know about Britt. And so she had to interview and do her thing. Like she definitely got the job on her own accord, on her own merit. But she's doing really well there, and I'm happy for her.
She's still there.
Yeah, she's still there. Yeah.
Good. I haven't seen her.
And then there's another woman there. Her name is Sarah, and I met her in Glease's gym, and she was trying to match a fight. She was asking me, did I know anyone? And I'm like, what? You're a matchmaker? She's like, well, I want to be one. And I'm like, why? Why would you ever want to do that to yourself? But I was like, if that's what you really want to do, I can link you with somebody. So I called Eric Botcher at Matchroom. He's not there anymore, but he was like, yeah, she could shadow me. She could just kind of like shadow me, and then she ended up getting a job there
Wow.
doing like the medicals and stuff. So, like I like connecting people. I like using my connections to help other people that want to make it in the business, because this business is like, it's like all about who you know. It's all like people come in this business even with money and not make it. Like we were saying, like Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Like you could come in here with all the money in the world and still crash and burn because you don't have the connections, you don't have the networks, you don't have, it's like everything just doesn't fall into place.
Right.
But like when you know the right people to put you in right situations, it'll all pan out for you, and that's what I was trying to do with Rick Ross. In the beginning, I offered to help him. I said, you want somebody to advise you in this game? I will put you in position, sweetheart. I will help you. I offered to help him, and then he does this to me, and it's scandalous.
Damn.
It's
It's
tragic.
$6,000. You don't want this type of stuff for $6K. God damn. Wow. So you do art too?
I do art too.
You do art, amazing art. You go live when you do
Yes,
art. You be in your vibe. You be in your zone. What inspired the artwork? How long you been doing that?
Well, the artwork, I mean, I've always done it like as a hobby,
Mhm.
but until COVID happened, you know, I had a lot happen to me 2020, right? The big baby situation. And then there was my boss, Greg. He went to prison for wire fraud.
Mhm.
And, you know, kind of left me hanging out there, right? And the business stopped. And then that happened in February of 2020. And then COVID was the next month. And my overhead was crazy. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a single mom. Like, you know, I'm accustomed to making a certain amount of money every month.
Right.
And all the money just stopped. And so like I could even bartend if I wanted to, because restaurants was closed. Everything was closed. So I'm like, what am I gonna do to make some money? I said, well, let me just paint and see what happens. You know, let's see what happens with it. So the boxing world came out for your girl, man. Like they really supported. You know, Edgar Berlanga, Andre Durrell, Devin, Mia St. John. You know, just a lot of people came out and supported.
Wow.
Even Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown bought a couple joints for me. Like it, you know, they just came out and supported your girl, and you know, I'm blessed for that, for sure. So that's just what inspired it. But I was like, I'm getting some traction with this. Like so it was a blessing.
Uh-huh.
It was a blessing.
Wow. People were asking about Big Bay Miller. What was there? You were his manager.
No, I wasn't his manager. I wasn't his manager. I worked for Greg, and I was kind of like a point person for him. You
Uh-huh.
know, when Greg was going through his stuff with, you know, the feds and um, everything, he couldn't travel. He couldn't do the presser. He couldn't do anything really. He had to stay in the house, and so that's when I went to London with him for the Anthony Joshua presser and everything like that. So um, that's it. You
Mm.
know, but you know, I wish him all the best. You know, we no longer speak, but I don't wish him no harm. I wish him the best.
Mm. How do you think he fares in today's heavyweights?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what, you know, he'll do now without, like, he's been off so long. I don't know if without the Pez he's different. I don't know. You know, it's just hard to tell without seeing him, you know, actually in action. I mean, but he was a tremendous fighter. I give him that. Like,
Yeah.
he was a tremendous fighter, for sure,
Right.
for sure.
Right. And he has a personality for the heavyweight
He
division.
definitely does, for
It-
sure he does.
and that's gonna get him into places similar to Roland.
He's entertaining.
Hmm.
You know, he's definitely entertaining. Someone asked what was my relationship with Jay Prince. I love Jay, man. Jay's the man.
Mm.
I love Jay Prince.
So what do you think is gonna happen at 135?
130. Man, I'm Dev all the way.
I know you're Dev all the way,
I'm
but
Dev all the way.
do you think he'll get the Cambosis fight?
I don't think they're gonna give it to him right away.
Mhm.
I don't think they're gonna give it to him right away. I think Cambosis want to hold them belts a little longer.
So you think he'll just fight a tune-up, or you?
I don't know. I not a tune-up. I don't. You know, he won't need a tune-up. Like he'll need a real opponent. Cambosis will.
Hmm.
But I don't know if Devin will. I hope Devin gets it. That'd be awesome.
Mm.
You know, but I don't know if they'll do that right away.
Yeah, I heard Bob Arum is pushing Lomachenko, and Dev and Eddie Hearn is pushing Devin. So we'll see where it goes, man.
It's interesting. It's definitely you know, like that weight class is so good right now. 140s great. You know what I mean? Like you just got a lot of talent there. So any fight that happens at that weight is just really interesting. You know, there's so much talent.
If they fight each other,
Yeah, right. Exactly. That part. That part.
man, Ryan Garcia is a model. He's not gonna fight.
Yeah.
He wants to do just enough. It seems like,
Just
like
enough. Yeah.
just enough
Mhm.
to be called a fighter. To keep him play. How about Earl Spence, Terence Crawford? Do you think that's gonna get off?
Man, I don't know if it'll get off, but I hope it does. But I'm giving Crawford the edge on that one.
Really?
Yeah, I like Crawford, man.
UD knockout TKO.
I'd love to see a knockout. I'd love to see it. You know what I mean? But I don't know how good Spence is now after that accident. I feel like it took something out of him. That accident was a lot.
It was.
Had to have taken something from him.
It was. It was a lot. And if he can come back, it's going to tell a hell of a story. The human body is amazing.
It really is.
Yeah, and
it really is.
He has a great test in April. Ugas.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good fight.
If he can look sensational against Ugas, then we'll be like, damn.
I mean, they're gonna have to make that fight. If he looks sensational against Ugas, they're gonna have to make that fight. The people are gonna. I mean, listen, they're gonna hold off as long as they can, right? Like, but I just hope they don't hold off long enough to where when the fight actually happens, it's like when Manny and Floyd fought. It just needs to happen soon.
They were shells of themselves. That fight would have been so explosive in 2010, 11, 12. And they could have fought 3 times.
Right.
Broke the bank, man. I don't know. I look at that situation and they just happy that they did the 4 million pay-per-view, but I'm like, y'all could have did that 3 times over.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine if Floyd loses the second one.
Right.
Like Manny makes the adjustment because I think Floyd would have washed him the first time, but Manny makes the adjustments. Or it's close. Now it's 7-5 fight now. People say, oh, he gonna beat you the third time.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
Super.
It just becomes so lackluster. If you wait too long, it's just like it's just not the same.
And that fight wasn't. That fight was a dud.
Not at all.
That fight was a dud, man. It was
bad, man.
The build-up was fun.
It was. It definitely was. I mean, I think Floyd and Oscar waited too long to fight.
Oh yeah, Oscar waited way too long.
Yeah.
Oscar waited way too long. Yeah, but that was a Bob Arum thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob had to get.
What do you think about Bob? Like, what the whole racism thing? Like, how do you, what's your real thought on that?
I think as it pertains to the Terence Crawford side, I would say he's being opportunistic at this point. As it pertains to the lawsuit itself. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he accepted the check. Accepting money means you're being complicit. Like you have to sign for your check. Right. And I think it was well crafted by his lawyers, the statement, because I looked at the cure at the end of it. It has nothing about social reform. It's about, I want my money, basically. I want my $10 million and whatever else the court deems we're worthy of, but it has nothing to do about social reform and this and that. And they threw in George Floyd's name, but Terence Crawford didn't talk about George Floyd. He didn't put George Floyd on his trunks, on his robe, or anything like that. Right. So from that perspective, I'll take a step back. And I won't view
like
him
an
as
opportunistic type of situation.
Yeah, as cyclical. I think the whole system is it's not just Bob Arum. It's the whole system.
Right.
It's the whole system, and I think that's where we need to be. We need to tear this whole system down. We need to separate. We need to call them out and separate, and and I yell as loud as I can on this platform. All of them are in on this together. All of them. It ain't no Al Haymon ain't black. Bob Arum ain't white. Eddie Hearn ain't whoever UK, they all in this green machine together, and
Right.
and they use each other when they need each other. Bob knows Al gonna make money over there. Eddie knows Bob gonna make money over here, and Eddie gonna do his thing over there. And when they need each other, that's it.
I mean, I just think I don't. I mean, I like, yeah, racism is always going to play a part. We're in America, right? We're built. This country's built on
Right, right.
racism, right? It's always going to be there. But because I have been on the promoter side and I have, seen the business side of things, you do have the tanks who generate revenue. You know what I mean? The tanks of the business that you know what I mean, get the money,
Mm-hmm.
fill the arenas, but what is it about, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to come off sounding crazy, but like every race of people, let's say like Mexicans, they support each other, right? If you go to a fight in New York City and you got a Polish guy fighting, the whole arena is full of Polish people. Or you got a, Italian kid fighting, Vito Malnicki, who to me is very underwhelming, right?
Very.
It fills the arena. What is it about? Like, what's it gonna take? Is it with say black fighters, African American fighters? Do they have to be like super punchers in order to fill an arena? Like, what is it about? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
I want to say that if black people came together as a unit and supported each other the way that Mexicans supported each other, maybe there would be a difference.
Yeah,
Like, I know that's a touchy subject, and
no,
I'm,
it's not in here. Not in the
but I'm
barbershop.
just saying, like I just feel like, what's it gonna take?
I have my understanding.
Because really, really, y'all run boxing. The talent, when it comes to talent, I mean, anything you like, really, athletics, black people dominate. Just physically, it is what it is. You dominate. Whatever you have access to, you dominate. But what's it gonna take for y'all to make that coin? You don't, because Al Heyman's black. Is he not, like, ain't he paying his fighters? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. I'm gonna start from where you say blacks don't support. There's something called the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and when a black kid comes out of the womb, they hand them a basketball, they hand them a football.
Right.
When you cut the TV on, it's free. And our greatest athletes, economics plays a huge part in this too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They're going to play what they do for free,
Right.
what they see on TV every day, the marketing
Mhm.
campaigns and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So you got to understand, when boxing fails, like this week, I'll be honest, I would have TiVo'd Gary Russell's fight and watched those NFC and AFC championship games. I'm gonna
Right.
keep it a buck with you.
Right. Yeah.
Those games
Right.
were that damn good. You understand? And I would have stayed up and TiVo'd it and cut my phone off, and I would have watched it after the fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But thank God, the football game literally ended when Gary Russell was like walking into the ring or something like that, right?
Right.
And so boxing doesn't owe. I'm talking about from a fandom standpoint. We don't really have 100% expectations in boxing because we're literally watching the greatest athlete in the world, LeBron James, and we
Mm-hmm.
get to watch him for free 82 times a year.
Facts.
Every other day, we get to see LeBron James,
Mm-hmm.
and we grow an affinity for him. Now, you also got to take into account the reason why these sports are so prevalent is because they don't have an NBA, they don't have an NFL. So when you say this small little South American country, they don't know who LeBron James is.
Right. Yeah.
The
Facts.
village believes in the soccer player, the boxer,
Mhm.
and that facilitates itself. And when they come here, the business of boxing exploits them.
Right.
You understand? And that's just the reality of it. And the average black fan would rather see Mahomes versus Joe Burrows next weekend.
Right.
You know, like this weekend, the Rams versus the 49ers.
Right.
Ain't nobody worried about boxing.
Right.
I'm gonna stay home and watch those two NFC and AFC championship games.
Right.
But in South America, they don't have that luxury, you know.
Yeah.
So and it's homegrown talent. It's not like LeBron James is from the UK. He's
Right.
literally from Akron, Ohio. Akron,
Right.
Ohio. So the talent is homegrown, and we pick it up immediately,
Right.
you know. And
Right.
so I think we can get our fix through other sports.
Yeah. Carl Dargan had posted something on Instagram. He was supposed to fight yesterday, I think, and something happened with the opponent. I think caught COVID or something like that. And he had posted something on Instagram saying basically like, "Yo, don't ask me for no tickets. Don't ask me no free tickets. I don't got no tickets. If you want to go buy tickets, you could buy it on the website. I'm trying to focus on this fight." I've never seen a white fighter, a Mexican fighter, nobody ever post no shit like that before. Like, it's like, but truth to you, like, it's like, all right. And it's hard for me to say this, so I'm scared. I don't want to say the wrong shit, but it's like, why not buy tickets if that's your people? Like, you want to support, buy a ticket.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more.
Buy a ticket. Like I would like if it was a Mexican or Italian, when I was doing shows with Greg or Gary, they would ask me, "Hey, how many can I buy?"
Right.
Like, how many can I buy? Whatever. It wouldn't be like, "Hey, you got an extra ticket for me?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You're 100% right. And to summarize, the Super Bowl always costs boxing fans $100.
Mm.
Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, $100. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, $100.
Facts.
The
That's a
Four
fact.
Kings, $100, $100. What do you mean? Like, so
Yeah.
that means I can't watch it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
so
100%.
but 100 million people can watch the Super Bowl.
This is true.
So champ, that's for you, sir.
Sarah, I got to ask you, what do you think about the Russell fight and the UFC fight with France? I didn't watch the UFC fight. I watched the Gary Russell fight. I don't really watch UFC. Truth to you, I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I'm not tuned in. I need to though. But no, like we talked about Gary Russell before. I think that the injury changed the dynamic of the fight, and maybe the fight would have gone differently if the shoulder wasn't hurt.
Right. Now that UFC fight was whack. Oh, we got a caller. Okay. 719. 719.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up with you, Fred?
Hey.
What's up with you, Fred?
Feeling great.
Oh man. I want to say this though. One thing about the black fighter is there's always this measuring stick that you don't really give with other fighters. We watched that Vito Milanecki fight on TV. It looked kind of half, like half empty, it looked decent, but it was Christmas, so nobody expecting some crazy jump out crowd. But when you have a Terence Crawford, who he ain't from New York, I was there. It was 16,000 people there to watch Amir Khan. He had 12,000 people with the Russian dude there. He ain't from the East Coast, but when Devin Haney fight, everybody talking about, let's see, how many tickets did he sell in Vegas? Did he have, how his arena look? You don't really, nobody said that when we was there. Tyson Fury sold less than 4,000 tickets for his fight. Am I lying, Fred? Less than 4,000 tickets Tyson Fury sold for his fight without Wilder.
It was, both of them were bad in Vegas.
Yes.
Both of them were bad.
Listen, back man, and I'm not, like Bill Haney say, this cap out here sometimes. The black fighter, there's a measuring stick, and he won't get the credit for his 3 million views on TV. But that same white fighter who get 1.5 million is a star. But when you look at his payment, he make $1 million. But that same black fighter who's supposed to be boring and don't sell is making multi-millions of dollars. So of course, the person paying them gonna like that cheap talent. Of course, you like cheap labor. Those white fighters are some of them guys are cheap labor. You know what I mean? Like, you're not selling a lot of tickets, and I'm not paying you no money. So I still get TV right to view your fight. So I'm gonna call you the greatest thing. But that black fighter is demanding the dollar to get my 3 million. You gotta pay me. For me to put those 10, 12,000 people in there, I want $4-5 million. Devin wanted $3 million. And them people was paying it. I don't care if they're not happy to do it or not. And one thing about black people, just like Fred said, we regional than a motherfucker. If you're from the South, you support certain Southern fighters. You from the East Coast, you got an East Coast swag, and you got a kinship with Latinos and Puerto Ricans and all that shit. You got West, you got a kinship with some Mexicans. If you ain't in, it's a black is complicated. So when you get the stars, Earl Spence, 50,000 people down there. Mikey, without Earl, him and Jesse Vargas fought 6,000 tickets sold. No, 6,000 was the attendance. So if the attendance is 6,000, how many tickets you think are sold? But when he fought Earl, he fought in the real stadium, not the practice facility. He fought in the practice facility against Jesse Vargas, another Mexican. Nobody came to see that because they know they wanted to cheer for their Mexican fighter who they know don't lose, but he's going against the big black great fighter, just like Fury. Nobody want to see Fury fight those other dudes, Valine and Schwartz. They want to see him fight the great warrior Black Wilder. But we don't give credit to the person who we don't like. So if we don't like Wilder, we won't give him credit for the 800,000. We'll give it to this guy. So Black fighter is always at a judgment disadvantage where they think he's not being supported well. If I check the books, they doing the biggest view. If you take Canelo out, the black fighter is doing the biggest views. They get the biggest payday, and they consistently fighting. And the white fighters and certain Latinos is far between. You get these, they give us certain Latino fighters every week, and them stadiums is empty. We got a boxing back call. Ruiz versus Fred. Where was Ruiz and what's the name at? At the StubHub, right? Pay-per-view. The big Mexican, Ruiz versus Arreola. Pay-per-view in little ass StubHub. That shit hold 4,000 people. And that shit sold 50,000 pay-per-views, but nobody gave a fuck. But Tate, he only sold 50,000. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. We judge these black fighters in a way that we don't judge these Latino fighters who get all of this love. I ain't talking about the great Canelo, but if we go down the list, fighter for fighter, black fighter, and here, not even in his hometown, but just show me the black fighter with a date, and you show me the Mexican, and if it ain't in California or Texas, that's just empty. And that ain't
that's fact.
Even in California, Arreola and Ruiz did fucking 3,000 tickets sold. 3,000.
Yeah, that's fact.
The big Latino in Florida, the big car Latinos in Florida, Ruiz and all them guys.
That's fact.
All them dudes, that shit didn't do nothing either. Like we gotta judge them like we judge the black fighters, and we'll really see who support who. And the black fighters,
I never thought about it like that.
Canelo too. I mean, listen, you go to a Canelo fight, you see Bud there, you see Charlo there, you see all the black niggas there, but you don't see that same reciprocated to the black fighter from the Latino. So why is that? So even while we support the Canelos and we out of the 800,000,
they don't support y'all.
We don't get the same support from them.
No,
So
that's
don't say you don't support. Just try to look a little bit deeper, peel back, And after we watch playoff games, watch great black players run up and down fields and courts and all that for free, then I gotta pay for a pay-per-view. And we still doing it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely facts. I appreciate that for sure. That's
Appreciate
fact. I didn't even think about it being like a regional thing either, but it definitely is. He definitely is speaking truth when it comes to that.
I got you. You good? Oh, you good. He hung up. Yeah. No, yeah. He makes great points, but
For sure.
in addition to what he's saying, you don't have to there's no competition.
Right.
Like the our measuring sticks are the shooting stars, right?
Right.
Like the like Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. Those are the exceptions to any rule,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the promoters are going to go the route of least resistance. They have finite amount of money. They don't have an infinite amounts of money. So
Right.
they go say, "Oh, we got this Nicaraguan shit." You know what I mean? They do their little advertisements in Nicaragua and this and that, and yeah, he's from this village. And next thing you know, you got all of them to
Right.
do what they do. I think the education of the black fighter needs to be as important as the fighting, as the training. I think there's a huge gap because boxing is a poor man's sport,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always I need to get signed, I need to get a college degree, I need to get a scholarship. There's not like the education gap where like the fighter is in front of their business. Very
Mhm.
seldom do you see a fighter in front of their business. Like
Right.
they're always saying, "Well, I got to talk to my team." No, that means you got to talk to this dude that runs your business. I mean, that's a synonym
Right.
for that. So
Right.
I do believe that.
Salute to the dogs in the chat. You can hear my puppers.
Yeah. So I think in addition to what he's saying in terms of the numbers, we retire without accruing power in boxing.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, for sure.
Like Floyd Mayweather is always my example because he's polarizing. And how powerful is TMT Promotions? Like it's non-existent.
Right.
It's
Right.
like it doesn't even have a pulse in the grand scheme of boxing.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
so when you put all this together, we take the profit, but don't take the power with it. And that's why it's cyclical. That's why they had this conversation in 85, 95, 05, and now we're in 2022. It's the same.
And it's gonna be really hard for it to change, man.
It can change.
It
If,
can, but
if
and then if you have more promoters, doesn't it make it harder then to make the fights we
oh,
want
yeah,
to see?
yeah, it's definitely harder. But if the fighters created a coup and said, "Nah, we don't want this,"
Quiet.
man, you know what that would do?
Yeah.
But fighters pick up the wars of their promoter. They're not supposed to pick up I don't care who you're fighting. He's your ally.
Right.
If I'm an A-level fighter and I'm fighting a guy that's 0-26, you got to practice the behavior of you doing business with that guy.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? And then you go on to the next guy. You got to, because when you get to the who's the next biggest fight that's coming? Terence Crawford, Earl Spence. When you get to the Terence Crawford, Earl Spence phase of your career, you're gonna be like, then hey, Terence, how much you getting?
Mm.
Al offered me 13 million. How much Bob offered you? Because they can do the 60-40, whatever you want. The fighters don't know what 60. Fighters can say 60-40, 70-30. They don't know what the whole number is anyway.
Right. Really.
You get what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Okay,
Earl, you get 60, Terence, you get 40. Nobody knows what the whole number is.
Fact.
You ain't got no one counting the pay-per-views. You ain't got no one. You ain't got no. Hey, who in the history of the sport did anyone ever ask Lou DeBello what was the gate? What was the merchandising? How much hot dogs did we sell? What was the total gate? What was the total pay-per-view? How many countries did we license this fight to? That's never a question by a fighter to a promoter.
They wanted to have a guest appearance. This
Yeah.
This is my little girl making all that noise.
Facts. And
the pumpkin. She had a baby when I was on the plane back from London, from the Miller press conference. And she was rushed to the hospital while I was on the plane. Worst plane ride of my life.
I bet. I bet.
And we have the baby now, so she lives with us now.
So you can give Earl Spence 60-40.
Right.
But he doesn't know the whole number.
We don't nobody know. Only they know. Only the promoters know.
Only the promoters know. Yeah. And guess what? They gonna do business. Keep on doing business together.
That's right.
Whenever they need each other.
100%.
She about to go, Kyle.
Well, man, I was driving, man. I listened to the whole interview though.
I like that art.
Oh, thank you. I got to holler at you about some.
Who, me?
Yeah, you the artist.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I love that art, man. That art is cool.
Yeah,
man, it's nice to see you on. Hey, Fred. Yeah. Remember her and Rick might have to get some gloves on, man.
Nah, Rick don't want the problem. He don't want them. I follow her on IG, so I seen her hit the heavy bag. She don't want them problems. No, but we definitely gonna ask him about this situation because it's important. You know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ask him a lot of questions too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's
that's for damn sure. Mm-hmm. So I'm Kyle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
Big Fred, what's going on, man? How you doing, man?
We great. Congratulations on your win.
Hey, listen, I ain't took the jersey off yet, man.
Are you a Giants fan, Sarah? Or are you a Rams fan or Raiders?
I'm a Saints fan.
How did that work out?
Believe it or not, I went to Grambling State University.
I could see that totally. I could totally see you going to Grambling.
I went to Grambling, and Saints was kind of like the closest thing to my Tigers.
Wow.
And I fell in love with football going to that school, so I adopted the Saints as my team. So I never let them go. It was an unfortunate season. We ain't the same without Breeze.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan, so that's
okay.
It's unfortunate.
It's okay.
Very unfortunate. We ain't gonna be good for a long time. We ain't got no coach, no defense. We got a running back though, but shit.
Who that? All right, 504. I see you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and I need 817. I need DJ. I need some apologies out here tonight, man. After our esteemed guest take her rest, y'all gotta apologize, man. I need all apologies tonight. Damn it.
Who do you have next week? We got the
Rams, man.
Got the 49ers versus the Rams, and you got Cincinnati versus Kansas City. Sarah, who do you have?
Oh man, I don't know. My Saints is out of it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna definitely go with the Rams. And I want Cincinnati to win, but I don't believe them. I don't believe it at all. I don't.
I would like Cincinnati to win too.
Man, I like that team.
I want Cincinnati to win for my boy Rashad, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I want Rashad to have it, man. I want him to have that.
Yeah, we spoke of him earlier. Kyle got the 49ers, and who do you have in the other game? Cincinnati and
You can't bet against that black quarterback over there in Kansas City, man. You just can't do it.
Mahomes is special.
Yeah,
You
Mahomes
just,
is that dude, man. He make plays, dog.
bro, did you?
Oh, he makes plays. He's that dude. He's definitely that dude.
Brady lost tonight, right?
Yeah, they got their ass whooped.
No,
Brady lost.
Until the end.
They didn't get whipped. It was 30 to
Yeah,
27.
it wasn't whipped.
Man, they only came back because Matthew
It
Stafford
was
was a
like an
chump.
interception,
But they was
right?
getting killed at first.
And congratulations to Blue Blood, too. Blue Blood's a 49er fan.
Shout out to my dog Blue Blood,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's my
You know what I'm
boy.
saying?
Yeah.
Not a gang in
What
this
up,
thing.
Blue Blood?
Yeah, Blue Blood in the building. Yeah, you got to go on Blue Blood and talk about it during the middle of the day. You know, he does an extraordinary job over there because it's just
Blue Blood's my boy, man.
that's how I met you.
Yeah, for sure. That's my guy.
That's exactly.
Can I ask you a question about your management?
Yeah, what's up?
So what goes into picking a fighter?
I mean, early on, I was saying that I like to help some of the guys that people have written off. Like Anthony Peterson was perfect for me, right? He's 38-1. That record is beautiful on paper, right? So it'd be easy for me to get him ranked. So I try to look at it as like, I don't want to take, it's hard for me to take kids that are like straight out of the amateurs. That takes a lot of money to do, unless I got to have long money to take a kid, like a young prospect. I look at boxing like horse racing, right? You get them the best trainer, the best coach, the best nutritionist, the best, jockey, and you put him in and you just pray to God that he wins. You know what I mean? Because you never really know what you have at that level, when you're 1-0, 2-0. So I like guys like a Mickey Bay or, Anthony Peterson, because I already know what's there. You know what I mean? They ain't going to change too much from the style they fight now. I know who I can match him against. I know who I can't match him against. I know if I do match him against a tough opponent, I know I need to get a certain amount of money, but it doesn't take me long to get them ranked. And that's what's important is getting your fighter in position to fight for world titles, because nothing else really matters to me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to give guys, especially a guy like Anthony Peterson, the opportunity to fight for these titles before he's on his way out. You know what I mean? So that's just those are the kind of guys that I look for, because it makes it easy for me to do my job. Because I have a little bit of money and I can get to the money, but I don't got that long money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it takes to build a fighter that's like straight out the amateurs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just kind of like the guys that I look for. But until I get that long money, I'm cool working with the people I do, because I feel like, in my experience, other than the one that I just had, that they appreciate it more. You know what I mean? Than a kid who's just coming out the amateurs and thinks they're hot shit. The guys that people written off, the guys that are just waiting for the right opportunity, I feel like they don't take it for granted as much.
Do you feel like do you feel jaded sometimes as far as?
Of course, but my love for the sport is greater than that. I really love this. I love this game. I do. And I'll be talking shit all the time. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Fuck this shit. God damn it. Like, I was like, I don't ever want to talk boxing again. I'm done. I'm never going to watch boxing. I'm never going to go to another fight. But then I keep adding these. Like, like I don't stop. I can't stop. It's a drug.
Yeah, because you went from
boxing is an abusive relationship. I said boxing is an abusive relationship.
It's awful. It's awful. It's a gift and a curse, man. It's my beautiful struggle. You know what I mean? And it's all right. It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, because you went from Haney to Tank.
What you mean?
You went to both fights, right? Did you go to both?
Yeah,
fights?
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
I went to Tank just because I was in LA. You know what I mean? I'm regardless of what beef they got, I'm still a fan.
No,
You know,
as you know,
he's still exciting to watch. You know,
that speaks
I'm
to
a
your
fan
love.
of the sport.
That speaks to your love of the sport. That's what I
Yeah,
was
I'm a
saying.
fan of the sport. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Spence went to Crawford's fight,
As he should.
right?
As
Like,
he should.
I might be just peeping the scene.
Yeah, that's a business partner.
You
Like,
know what I mean? Like,
if I know I'm about to fight Spence or Crawford, shit, I'm pulling up.
right, exactly.
And I'm about to cause major hoopla.
Right.
What? Every time I talk, I mean, the ticker goes tick, tick, tick. Oh,
right,
man.
right.
It's easy.
I'm
This
here
is
for it.
easy. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
But yeah, this abusive relationship is crazy.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
How do you feel about sunglasses in the building?
Sunglasses in the building?
Yeah.
What do you mean when people just walk around with sunglasses?
Yeah. When people wear sunglasses in the building.
It's so silly. It's so silly.
What is your position on that?
People wearing, this is a real question. People wearing sunglasses inside?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they cockeyed. Maybe they
Them
got
say-
like a sleepy eye or something. You don't know.
People that wear sunglasses in the building can't be trusted.
Because they don't know if they're looking you in the eye when they talking to you.
The eyes is the windows to the soul.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Facts. And
Never trust a man with two first names, a beard, and no mustache.
JJ.
And a man that wears sunglasses in the building.
Man.
I'm telling you, trust me.
I guess those are truer words spoken.
God
And
damn
we appreciate you coming in here, Sarah.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link to it. If you want to chime in Monday, you're more than welcome to. I'll send you the link. And,
Oh Lord have mercy.
yeah.
I don't even know if I want to watch it because it's just gonna like make my
I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, we've all been betrayed.
Watch it. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to watch it.
Yeah, we've all been betrayed, man. We've all been betrayed. It's the sad thing is that's
I mean, listen, Rick Glazer shouldn't even be talking about it no more because he had a phone call made to him. You know what I mean? And he made a promise to that person that he wasn't gonna talk no more. And he was gonna leave me alone. But apparently,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll tell that person to chime in.
Yeah.
I'll tell them to chime in.
You've been getting your Lil Wayne on throughout this whole show. I mean,
my little lighters, my like nervous twitch, right?
Yeah. I have the same thing too. I do the same thing.
Yes,
every show.
Oh yeah. Got your little pink.
Yeah. I do it every show. I play with it every night.
Lighters in the air.
Yeah, man. Yeah, whenever I heard that in my 20s, I was like, Lil Wayne about to drop. You know. But yeah, it was a pleasure having you on. Actually, Devin Haney was the last fight I went to in May. That was the last fight.
What do you think about that fight?
Devin Haney. Oh, I didn't go to the Jojo Diaz fight, but I thought I went to the Linares fight. That's the fight I went to.
Okay. Yeah, so
That
you
was
saw
more than a year ago.
Melissa's fight.
Damn, that was a long time. That was probably longer. But Devin's right there. I think he has a promising future. And he's gonna be a star, man. If he's not already, you know, he's probably a star already. And he got a bright future. The problem is, as I tell Bill and we argue sometimes, you're gonna get blackballed. How you gonna navigate that? How you gonna navigate those? How you gonna
navigate that stuff? People been saying he gonna get blackballed for the longest, but they doing all right to me.
No, they doing well financially.
You know, I personally, I was telling him, you know, he needed to sign with this person, sign with that person, sign with this person. He went the longest time without signing with nobody.
Yeah. And
you know, and prove me wrong.
Yeah, he was Eddie Hearn was they end up working well together. His timing was great. Devin's timing was great.
He's he's a lot smarter than what he lets people believe.
No, you got to be smart to put your son in a position.
Like he really, he's a chess player at life. You know what I mean? Like he really has. He's taught me a lot by being around him, and there's I'll be the first one to say I'm very emotional. I'm a reactor.
Uh-huh.
I react a lot of times before thinking, and I'm trying to change that. I'm growth, honey, growth. Trying
Yeah,
to change my ways.
yeah. No,
But I mean, BH would always sit me down and have conversations with me about that. And he's a very intelligent dude, man. Really, and great with people. Like he has somebody for some like
yeah,
different
I agree with you.
for everybody, like different roles for different people, and like he's kind of like a puppeteer almost. Like he has his hands in everything. I mean, he's an intelligent dude. I give him all the credit in the world for everything he did for his son.
Nah, you don't get this far as far as they gotten by not being intelligent. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to have a level of intelligence and foresight to get in the position that they're in. It's just I just worry about the big four. Now it's only big three now, but like saying no, I'm not gonna fight you. Like he didn't get the Ryan Garcia fight, the Loma fight, the Lopez fight. So when you
Cambosis fight.
well, yeah, potentially the Cambosis fight. And so when you put all this together, you see the writing on the wall.
He's gonna have to fight somebody. Like the next fight gotta be. I mean, it just gotta be like it's just because then it's just people. People are gonna be like, "Come on, man." Like he got to fight somebody. But Devin wants it. Like he really and truly wants the fight. So I mean, I don't blame them.
No, it's not the question of who you won. It's the fact that they had the power and the fighters before them didn't take the power with the profit.
Right.
Right. And the problem becomes cyclical because there's no reason. Think about this, Sarah. Fans are on the line begging for an undisputed boxing match.
Of course.
Put that in perspective. That doesn't make sense at all.
Right, not at all.
That would never happen in the NFC Championship games is this Sunday, right? That doesn't happen in another sport. You're asking, the fans are simply asking, can this champion fight this champion for all the marbles?
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, and so we sit here and we like bewildered,
yeah. Absolutely.
So, but we'll see. We're patiently waiting, as we always do as boxing fans, to see what Cambosis is going to do. And I mean, I would love for Dev to get that fight. He got to understand that he's down one round already. He got to understand that what he's going up against.
I just want to go to Australia for real.
Yeah, Australia. I've been there about 5 times.
I've had opportunities to go and never went, man. I just was like,
I would have.
Yeah, that's a long plane ride, yo.
It's easy though, because you're on a big plane.
You on a big plane?
Yeah, you're on a big plane that got like.
Well, I'm not going coach. You got to fly business class if you're doing flights like that. Like
it's 14 hours.
There's no way.
Yeah.
No shot.
Mm-hmm.
No shot. How long is the flight?
14.
Only 14?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Only 14? That's half.
No, but I thought it was longer than that. Depends 14. On what part of Australia you're going to.
Oh, well, you come from New York, so I don't know. I went from Cali.
Yeah. So okay, because I remember us flying guys over because we had what was the kid from Australia again? That we had, God damn it.
Zoo.
No, he fought
the heavyweight?
No, he fought the Charlo.
Castano.
No, he fought the Charlo. He was Irish, but he was from Australia.
Highland?
Irish.
Hogan. right? No, that ain't
Hogan,
Hogan.
yes.
Was
We had
it?
Hogan.
Oh, Hogan. Yeah, Hogan.
And we would fly them over, and it'd be like a 24-hour situation for them.
Yeah, because they're going to New York. Yeah.
They would have to stop in LAX and then fly to New York.
Yeah, they got to clear customs in LA.
Yeah.
And then go to New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I was like, yo, I ain't doing that flight, coach. You got me. No, sir.
Yeah, but it's a big, the beautiful about it, it's a big plane, so you feel no turbulence. None. It's like you're in your living room. It's like you're in your living room.
Yeah, I've been on planes like that when I was going to Japan.
Yeah, no turbulence at all. It's just smooth than a son of a gun. So, but yeah,
I've done a few international flights.
Yeah.
And when I just went to London, I was on one of those.
Yeah.
Those are fun though.
Yeah. It's I've never flown first class though. But I'm so little though. Like you can put me in the
you know what? You should do it just for the experience.
I am gonna start doing it. I am.
Because it really is an experience. You know, like the food is actually good.
Yeah.
You know, you got all the drinks you can have. Your seat turns into a bed.
Yeah.
Like you got your own little cabin area. It's worth all the money.
Yeah. Ak and Barack fly first class. So I'll be seeing their stories and stuff.
Money right there.
Yeah. So I'll be like, I'm gonna do that on my next flight.
No, it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I will at some point because I always think like, man, I could spend that $1,000 on the ground.
See, I look at it like this, right? Like I'd much rather spend $1,000 on an experience than on material things, right? Because the experience they can't take away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's always in my head to the day I die. Like I did that.
Yeah, fact.
I was there.
Frugal Fred ain't doing it. I'm tell you that right now.
I am. Yeah, we're taking our first family vacation this summer upcoming. So we're going somewhere, and it's gonna be first class. So we'll see.
You should go. Yeah, you should.
Yeah. We definitely.
It's worth every penny, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth every penny.
I love to see it, Fred. I love to see it.
Spoiled. You won't go back to coach.
Shit.
You be spoiled. I'm telling you, be ruined. You're ruined. I'm ruined. Anything over 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah. I go to LA.
Frugal Fred, he gonna dial it back. As soon as you do it, he gonna dial it right back.
Yeah, because you flew private here, right? I saw your stories or something. You flew private.
Yeah. I did private. No, that was just that Vegas to LA plane. You know, they got that charter private plane.
Yeah.
It's like $500.
Yeah.
But it's the experience.
Yeah.
Like, you know, put my daughter on there.
Yeah.
Let her feel some type of way. You know, like Montana Love was on the plane with me with his puppy.
Dog.
With his little Frenchie. You know, I was loving on that Frenchie. That's all I wanted. I was like, can I hold the dog?
Right.
Now he's cool. I like Montana Love. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's been in here. He's hopefully it works well over there.
We're supposed to have a boxing match on the Creed, on the Oculus in the metaverse. I told him you don't want no smoke.
Oh, you doing that a lot? The boxing?
I got the Oculus. Yeah, I got the Oculus. I'll be out there whooping ass.
Man, those social media joints be funny as hell.
I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah. But,
it's so cool.
Thanks again for coming in here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank
2
you.
hours. We got 2 hours in.
Yeah.
I don't want to do another one. I ain't trying to match Glazer. But
Thank you.
God bless y'all. Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for coming on for sure.
Y'all could catch me on the gram.
Yeah.
Serafina.
I just started following you too.
I'll follow back.
Yeah, right now. You about to go live right now though, aren't you?
Am I about to go live?
I don't know. You paint every night. Or every other night.
Oh no. This one I just am working on right now. Let me see if I could get this.
Damn.
That's for the jeweler Aviani.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's for him. Yeah, that's his wife.
That might be a little too rich for my blood.
But yeah, y'all, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me anytime.
All the time. Thank you, sir.
Blessings to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Likewise. Peace. Thank you for Sarah coming on. That was
For
awesome.
sure, for sure.
Big Fred, we got to make the top 10 now.
Of what?
Outside the ring.
Oh, and the funny thing, we probably would have left her off the list by accident just because. Yeah. What's up, Max? What's up, Max?
Yo, what's up with the boys, man?
Apologize.
Who?
Not him. That's DJ.
Nah.
and,
He got to get it. Nah. Because he was on my show with that bullshit.
With what?
Nah, someone owe you $100 though.
Apologize for what?
No, he don't owe me the 100. He don't owe me the 100.
Oh,
But Keon owed me dinner though. When we go to Dallas. Remember that? The most expensive restaurant I can find. We going.
Yeah, but someone owes you $100. Who is that?
I don't know. Somebody on the phone.
You didn't screenshot it?
Hell no.
Listen, that's a contract.
I be on my phone though, Fred. I be on my phone.
Screenshot. You can screenshot on your phone. You just push the button.
No, listen. When I be on StreamYard on my phone.
It don't matter. You got the comments. You screenshot it.
I never seen it.
You can screenshot anything on your phone.
No, I don't be seeing the comments though.
Go to live comments. Click the button where it say live comments.
Right here, chat on the bottom.
Yeah.
Chat. And then comment.
Private chat and the other one.
So this whole time. God damn.
Yeah, someone owe you $100. That was we probably had that show Sunday because they
we're gonna go back and look.
No, it was either Monday or Tuesday. Someone owes you $100. Yep, someone bet you $100. Yep, they got paid too. They got to pay up. They got to pay up.
Fred getting you money you didn't even know you had, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I tried to tell these folks, man. We own Aaron Rodgers, man. I tried to tell these folks, man. They didn't want to listen to me.
I told people, man.
DJ, apologize. God damn it.
First of all, no, we gonna get something straight. What I tell you last week after y'all beat them Cowboys, didn't I say I wasn't gonna say nothing bad about San Francisco? Because y'all did me a solid. Is that not what I said?
I don't give a damn what you said. How did you
okay. Now you
apologize.
Hey,
Max. Because then he kept saying, well, man, I said I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. Nah, nigga, apologize, nigga.
Nigga, where my wings at? Hold on. Where my wings at?
We even.
Oh, we even. The hell you mean we even? Hey, man.
Hey. I got a lot of money coming, so I got you.
Hey, man, listen. I need to know an exact date, man, so I can book my flight, dog.
For what?
The Spence fight. I need to know an exact date. We got a date yet?
I thought it was like, I don't know. Sometime in April, though. But listen.
Fred, what's going on, Fred? What's up, man?
Oh,
I got a lot of memes.
What's going on, man? I thought we were cool, man. What's up?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been cool. Cool. Like the other side of the pillow. Like the other side of the pillow. But you know, like if you would
I gotta say I was half watching Gary Russell get his ass whooped last night. So you know what I mean?
You said Gary Russell got his ass whooped last night?
Man, he lost that fight, Kyle. We gotta stop that.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Man, he lost that fucking fight, Kyle.
The nigga was counting that dude all night. The nigga had one hand. How do you let a nigga with one hand do you like how he got done? That was a boxing lesson. Man, come on, bro. Come on now.
Kyle, now we know you can't. Kyle, we know you can't score fights.
He was missing hella punches.
Kyle, we know you can't score fights.
Man, you got your fucking mind, man. If you thought that nigga beat Gary Russell last night, you're fucking crazy.
You score fights with your heart, not with your eyes, man. It's okay. I get it.
Man, please.
I get it. You felt like Gary Russell should have been whooping his ass.
I was watching a fight last night with people that don't even really watch boxing like that. And they were saying the same thing that I said. They like, bro, how did he win that fight? All he kept doing was running to the same left hand. He kept running to the same left hand all night, bro. He got hit with that left hand all night. He didn't set up with no jab.
Nick, who won that fight?
Barely even fainted.
I honestly,
get off that goddamn fence. Who won that fight, man?
I had a 7-5.
We gotta be honest. We gotta be honest out here, man. Gary lost that fight, dog.
And hold on, let's talk about this. Can we say this though? Gary Russell's the champion. You gotta beat the champion. bro. You can't just skate by. You listen, dog. You barely beat a nigga, bro. You barely beat a nigga with one arm. That alone should disqualify you, bro. You barely beat a guy with one hand, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this after his hand went out. Going by the judging criteria, like Russell had the clean, effective punches, the defense, and the ring general shit in those rounds. Like they both landed the same amount of punches, and the Filipino dude threw twice as much, which means he missed more too. So I'm just saying, like, it kind of reminds me of the Rigondeaux and that other dude, that fight, kind of one of them fights where it's like, who do you give it to? The guy landing a couple
if that's the case, then Adrian Broner undefeated. Because if that's the case, then Adrian Broner undefeated. Never lost.
Don't got no defense.
What? Okay, yeah, I'm done talking about it. Okay.
Adrian Broner got defense now? He's turning dudes in the middle of the ring? No.
Adrian Broner don't throw no punches. That's his problem. Oh, let me take my goddamn jacket off. Y'all done got me.
Bro, the motherfucker had one hand. How the fuck you kept running into the same punch? He ran
Man,
to the same
Deontay Wilder had one hand. Deontay Wilder had one hand.
He made no adjustments.
Deontay Wilder had one hand.
I will say this though, I wasn't really impressed with the other dude, being that, you know, Russell had one hand and he still couldn't take advantage of it until maybe like the later rounds he kind of started doing a little more. But he seemed like stuck on stupid for a couple of them rounds right after. Like he didn't know what to do. It's like the dude got one hand.
Gary was trying to pick his shot because he had one hand and Maxwell was outworking him. He was outworking him.
Nigga, just because you throwing punches, that don't mean shit. He missed hella punches. He looked
okay.
dumb.
If that's the case,
stop this shit,
if that's the case, Kyle, we gonna watch it again tomorrow. We can watch it again.
We can watch it again. We can watch it 1,000 times, bro.
We gonna watch
that. That nigga missed.
Because according to you, Castaño didn't win a round.
You sound like Al Bernstein right now, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hold on. According to you, Castaño didn't win one round of that fight.
What?
Yeah. According to you, Castaño didn't win a round. So we all know your score would be a little off.
I didn't say that. Stop.
Man, well, your score would be a little off, Kyle. Man, you had that fight like 9-3, 10-2.
I had it 7-5 with Russell losing though. That is what I scored it though. But I think it was close. I see the draw. Like that one judge had it a draw. I wasn't mad at it. There was about 3 close rounds, 3 swing rounds.
Bro, that shit was ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you, it was a setup from the jump. That shit was a setup from the jump.
He didn't get set up to get his shoulders fucked up.
Listen. So y'all gotta put 2 and 2 together, bro. Listen, I'm telling you the truth, bro.
Everybody put 2. Yeah. Maxwell put 2 and 2 together. Maxwell put 2 and 2 together.
He didn't do shit, bro. Bro, stop, bro. He missed hella punches,
bro. He lost. He lost, man. It's okay. He lost.
Bro, he did not lose, bro.
All right, then Tio won then.
No, you know who lost? We lost because Gary Russell ain't gonna fight for another year. He's done for 2022. He's gonna have surgery, recovery before a camp. Like, he ain't getting another fight this year.
Listen, bro. They had him losing the fight as soon as the fight started. The nigga hit him with a couple body shots, and they was like, "Oh my god, he's taking care of the fight." Shut the fuck up, man.
I don't listen to the commentary.
They didn't even talk about Gary Russell outclassing that nigga with one hand, bro. All they kept saying was, "Oh, he's busy. He's busy." Come on, bro. You gotta hit a nigga though, DJ.
Yeah, I didn't hear the commentary. I was watching.
Hit the motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't watch the commentary. I don't listen to the commentary.
I like to hear the commentary so I can argue with them niggas in my own home. I'm like, y'all out your fucking mind, man. What the fuck y'all watching? That's what I be saying. We out your fucking mind, man. That's what I be doing. Fuck out of here.
Man, 150, 113 was accurate for me. He didn't get blown out, but he definitely lost that fight. He didn't get blown out, but he lost that fight, bro. He lost that fight.
You couldn't blow out a nigga with one hand. Bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying because of that, dude wasn't impressed.
Listen.
He literally beat the nigga with one hand tied behind his back.
You a sports fan. You a sports fan, bro. You a sports fan. Gary been telling us for the last 2 weeks his shoulder been hurt. Once he made that walk, that shit was dead, bro.
Nigga,
that shit, I don't want to hear shit about him fighting with one hand. I don't want to hear shit about him fighting with one hand. Once he made that walk, out of there. You can be dragging your ankle around all week. Debo Samuel can drag his ankle around all week, but once he touched that field, you expect him to produce, don't you?
Hey, brother, don't speak that evil, Ricky Bobby. You got to say somebody else, brother. Say somebody else. Don't say Debo Samuel, please.
Jimmy Garoppolo. How about that?
Yeah, fuck him. But let me say.
Hey, back to the original reason why I called up here, and I'm gonna get out of here, Fred.
Okay.
You expected me to go with Jimmy Garoppolo over Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Point.
Because the defense is better.
Listen. All I know is my preseason Super Bowl pick is still alive, and if it happens, I'm gonna make a lot of money.
What's your Super Bowl pick?
Rams Chiefs.
We ain't finna win a lot of money, my boy.
Rams had the third best odds, and so did the Chiefs. The Chiefs was behind the Titans and the Browns in the AFC, and Rams was behind Tampa and Green Bay in the NFC.
What happened if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl? Do you get some money?
Little to nothing, but I'm betting on the Rams. I'll probably make my money back.
Brother. I'll probably make my money back.
But if both of them make it,
listen, we owe them some bitches. And let me tell you this.
Yeah, y'all kind of do own them though. Y'all kind of do own them.
Hey, listen, they fucked up today. They fucked up today. They fucked up today.
Yeah. Because I thought they were gonna choke it down. I thought they were gonna choke it down.
The Bucks ain't got no wide receivers at all.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
The Bucks got one wide receiver, bro.
Okay.
One.
Let's say one.
They in trouble.
Okay.
I want 817 to bring his monkey ass on because he got to change that icon to the.
But congratulations, you are in the NFC Championship, guys. Congratulations, sir.
Listen, man, I knew it. Y'all motherfuckers didn't know. I knew. I told y'all niggas.
The hell up, man. Listen. Just have my wings when we get to Dallas, bro.
No, I'm having before that. I'm having before that on your trip.
Just have my wings when we get to Dallas.
We supposed to link up in the ATL, man.
Oh yeah, at the end of February. Well, I might be in the cabins then. What weekend was it?
It's like the 28th.
Oh, it's the end of the month. Okay. Nah, that'll be for Valentine's Day. I'll be up hunching in the cabin. So
yeah. I ain't getting away your hunching. We're trying to get that boy. Shoot to the left.
Appreciate
Shoot to the left. All right, Fred. All right, Sean.
I'm gonna find out. You gonna box the section tonight, Kyle?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna get it in over there and talk that shit. What up, Champion Heart? I'm gonna find out. Let someone else get up in here. I'll fuck with y'all. See y'all.
Appreciate you, Max.
Champ.
What's going on, man?
Hey, listen, Champion Heart. If you ain't gonna do your interest, man, you might as well not even come on, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, Gary, man. If he had 2 arms, he could have possibly knocked that kid out. That kid is not as good.
Trash,
as they say. And what's his name? Freddie Roach is overrated. How do you not have your man adjust when you fighting a 1-arm man and you keep walking into the same punch?
Same punch.
I could not understand that. And I'm like, how do you not tell your fighter? How do you not make adjustments? That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I think is they needed that belt. Gary was holding stuff up, and they needed that belt. They needed to get Gary up out of there because they got to build. They got to build this kid. You know what I'm saying? He's got the Pacquiao behind him. You know what I'm saying? This is a kid they got to build. So and it's better to build this kid with a belt. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's the world champion. So they needed that belt. They had to get Gary up out of there. You know, and plus, man, Gary is too old to be trying to make 126. Man, I think he needs to go up. What do you think about that?
First, I appreciate you, W Right Side in the Cash App. Thank you, dog. Truly appreciate you. Thank you. And the other day as well. Thank you. I mean, he has to go up because now he got to go find a fight. So
Right.
he's gonna be on the opponent's side, and I have time to stretch out and talk about it tonight. But tomorrow we're gonna come back with the same subject matter tomorrow because I
Okay.
think Al Haymon is a piece of shit. And
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about this tomorrow.
yeah,
'Cause
I'm so done with him. I'm so done with that dude. How the hell you run through $1 billion and now you want to, and now the fighters you came in the game with, you selling them off to Manny Pacquiao, Samson, and Louis DeCoopers. I don't get this shit, man. I don't get it at all. I mean,
Bro,
I
it's
know why.
disgusting.
I'm just
Fred,
done.
that shit was a setup from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, you make how the hell the commission you putting on fights in the city and another thing for Gary to worry about. Oh, you got to shave your beard now. You got to trim your beard down now. I mean, it seems nominal, but it's like, damn, how many times you gonna nick me? The scales are off, you know. I've been with fighters that too many fighters to count, where they'll go down, they'll send somebody down to put the scale next to the other scale, and they'll go with the fighter. They'll weigh in on the scale because they put the scale up maybe 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, or maybe sometimes the day before. I don't know the exact time about that, but they'll put the fighter down and they'll, even though it's not perfect, but as close as it can, they calibrate it to the thing. And Gary's a half a pound overweight. That seemed weird to me. You know, and so I just sit here and I'm like, I just think Al Haymon is the worst guy ever, man. Like you already took your 300 or 400 million off the top, 100 million off the top from the damn hedge fund. But we'll talk about it tomorrow because I need to stretch out on this shit. I really want to stretch out on this shit because
Fred,
shit,
it
man.
just seems
It's a piece of
if
shit.
you heard the commentary,
yeah,
bruh,
I heard commentary
from the beginning of the round,
mm-hmm.
from the beginning, they talked about how this dude was doing something. I'm like, bro, he ain't done shit. He missing hella punches. Like he hit Gary Russell like once or twice, and they give him the round. It's like, bro, the man ain't done shit.
But
I felt it was a draw at the most. I don't think he did enough to take the belt. But had Gary had two hands, it would have probably been a different fight, man. But people are saying, oh well, he could have backed out. He couldn't back out. He had to take that fight.
Man, he couldn't and
bro, I've been out for 2 years, brother.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So you telling me you've been out for 2 years, you've had this injury all this time, and you didn't get it fixed? Talking about you wanted to rebuild the muscles around it, man. No, man, do the surgery and get that. That's your livelihood. Do the surgery and get that arm fixed.
Yeah, that perspective is right. I just want to. The other side of the perspective is, you don't know when you're fighting on PBC. You have no idea when you're fighting. You don't have a schedule. It's not like, well, we're gonna run you in May and Gary, so you got 6 months to go heal this injury. No, they tell every fighter you're fighting in April. You're fighting in May. Every fighter gets told the same thing. You're fighting in this, you're fighting it, and they don't fight. And then 6 months turns into a year, and then unfortunate for Gary, it turned into 2 years. So the saddest shit about this whole thing is Al Haymon's black, right? Because we want to go to the black card, right? Al Haymon's black, Gary Russell's black. He didn't have enough confidence in Al Haymon to postpone the fight. He didn't have enough confidence to say, well, I can call Al. He like, shit, I may not fight again. And like I said, I don't care if you're Michael Jordan. If you ain't made $1 in 2 years, you need to make money.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
especially
think,
with his dad being sick, somebody got to pay those medical bills.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. And just the amount of pressure. See, his life is his life. So I can't say, well, you know, the things that he's going through. He signed up for the fight itself. So I'm just going to stay on the fight. I didn't score the fight because I thought Gary was just going to beat him. So I don't know who won the first 6, 7 rounds, you know. So I wasn't scoring the fight. So when y'all say this happened, I
Right.
don't know. I just know it was a close fight. And but I look at this shit now. You ruining the people that came in the game with you. Like Gary and his family came in the game with you. When you started PBC, they rolled with you. They rolled with you, man. And now now you fucking the guys that you came in the game with. Gary Russell could have made millions of dollars. I don't know how good his ceiling is, and I don't care what you think of Bob, what you think of Eddie, what Al is doing. Oh man, man, you just want him to run into the coffee table 10 times and just, you know what I mean, just stub his toe 1,000,000 times. Like I just think it's awful, man. These fighters. Now we'll get the schedule for PBC. That's the only card of the month.
Mm.
The next only card, February 26th on Showtime. You know, so they got the pay-per-view, but you know, so I mean, people acting like man, I think his business acumen is piss poor. I think his management skills as it pertains to fighters is piss poor. And I think we need to get his ass out of boxing. I'm so fed up after what I've seen with him, Rolly. Just think, Gary and Rolly are 45 days apart. That's disgusting, man. Rolly loses a fight because you got a promise with this guy. What's the guy's name? Manny Pacquiao and Samson and all these guys. So you ruined Rolly, and now, man, this is.
Hey, Fred.
Yes.
That's the second Pacquiao fighter with a big fight.
Yeah. And
in a row, 2 months in a row.
Yeah, man, and I could never have the same visceral hate. I'm not gonna say hatred, but dislike for Al Haymon I couldn't have for Bob. I know who Bob is. I have no expectations for him. None. Zero.
Yeah, that's like your boy Leon Muhammad. That's what he was saying. He know that Bob is.
I don't have no.
And that's how, now that he knows that he know how to deal with it.
Yeah, Bob been in the game for 55 years. I read all the books about Bob. I'm the one who told Bob he was in the FBI files on this show. He didn't even know. Like, I've done all the research I could possibly do on him. Now I just sit and interview him. Y'all have expectations of him. You expecting a white savior. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Al would have been fair. He ain't been fair. If you can sit comfortably and not have any level of empathy for Rolly, I don't think you're human. I'm not saying jump off the cliff and stand 100% by his side, but damn, the fighter just lost his biggest payday.
Think that was planned?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was planned. Yeah, it was planned. Yeah, it was super planned. Super duper planned. I don't even know who that guy. Thanks to Miss T, I know who he was, but man, this is.
Do you think Rolly gets that shot again?
Nah, I don't think so. That's it. It's a wrap.
That shot again.
Can't even get fighters. He can't even get dates for his other fighters.
Right.
Shit. Where the dates at? Next date is February 26th on Showtime. I don't know if Fox got a card, but these fighters hungry. Y'all better call Eddie while y'all better go call Eddie while there's nobody in line. Or put y'all money together and put on cards in your hometown. You know what I mean? That's what I can say. So it's just disgusting, man. It's just disgusting. He got the money though. He got the bag. Got it. Piece of shit. I think he's a piece of shit. You know, I man, listen, if you know what I know, Man, he's a scum of the earth, man. He's a scum. He used these fighters. He used them to pull that $1 billion. He used them. Ain't no way in hell Al spent $1 billion from 2014 to now. Impossible. And you get money from the networks? Man, you better get the fuck out of here. Shit, don't worry. Floyd gonna come out soon. I guarantee you the next, but you got to piece it together. You got to see how he's, man, listen, Floyd out here hustling like he me. He doing crypto commercials, NFT commercials.
Jewelry commercials.
Car
rental services.
Mean to tell me you can get Floyd for $50,000 or $100,000? Come on, y'all. For real? You can get Floyd for that much money?
Who's this? This cat? He getting ready to fight on a helicopter pad or something like that.
Yeah. Dance for me, nigga.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
Yeah,
That's what that is. Dance for me. Dance for me. That's like Triple G fighting in Monaco. What's that? Monaco? Remember Monte Carlo? Remember he fought in Monte Carlo?
Yeah.
Triple G fought in front of 100 people. Nigga, are you kidding me? You ain't about to. I'm not no motherfucking horse. You know what I mean? This ain't. Nah, dog. Like, y'all, man, we doing Jesse Owens in 2022? Is that what we doing? He fighting on a helipad so a king can sit there on his throne and watch you. I'm making money a different way. I'm just saying.
It's not gonna be no fans there.
It's on the heliport. Where they at?
Heliport. Yeah.
You know what a heliport is? Kyle?
I thought they was gonna make it like a thing.
Where the helicopter land.
So yeah, it's just a round platform where helicopters land.
Who the fuck gonna see that fight?
I don't know. I'll be filming the movie, so I won't be watching it. But I just think we sit here and pretend it's not happening. Look at TMT. They ain't got nothing. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think when you know better, you do better. He used these fighters. He used them. Now he got a whole new fleet of fighters. Whole new fleet. Charlo about to get his ass beat. Well, he gonna fight Canelo on an 11-month layoff? Man, go to bed, Champion Heart. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm tired, brother. I'm about to salute to you, brothers, man. I gotta lay it down, man.
Oh, that's love, man. That's love.
Right now.
Appreciate it. I can't wait to title the show tomorrow. Al Haymon is a piece of shit. That's what I'm gonna title it tomorrow. Salute, brothers. This one hurt. Robbery. I ain't even scored the fight because I knew Gary was gonna outbox him. I didn't even score it. I wish I had scored the early rounds. I didn't. I really didn't. So I don't know what to score because I don't have Showtime, so I can't go back and watch it. So
and Fred.
Yes.
Gary Russell had his hands down the whole entire time, and he still couldn't hit the man, bro. It's like, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
that kid's kind of big for that division, ain't he?
He made the weight.
Yeah.
You know, he made the weight. It's not like I can, you know what I mean? Shit. Do you want, Gary had the advantage in training, and then the kid physically had the advantage in the ring. So I wish I had scored the fight. I just thought Gary was gonna beat him by UD, and you know what I mean, but
I just think he had a lot of other shit going on too, man, with his dad and shit like that.
Yeah, but the last thing you should be worrying about is an uneven playing field.
You said what?
The last thing you should be worried about is an uneven playing field. You know? And where the dates at, man? Where the fight dates at? That's the last call. What's up, 267?
Let me turn the joint down, Fred. How y'all doing? What's up, Kyle? How you doing, Fred?
I'm good. How you doing, Kyle?
I had Usually I call you off my 915 number, but I couldn't find that phone today. But I had text when I text you, I DM'd you the night before the fight.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Told you you did because you replied.
I did.
No, you didn't reply. You put the little dumbass heart. Unless that's just a random.
No,
thing.
you DM me then. You DM me then.
Yeah, I DM'd you.
Yeah, you didn't text me because I would have. I don't remember.
No, my bad. I said Gary Russell. I thought he was gonna go down on the fifth. I said Gary Russell's gonna lose tonight. Hey, I don't know. Is that the new Filipino kid? Who is he signed with promotional wise?
He signed to Manny Pacquiao.
So would that mean he's PBC?
Probably via PBC, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have seen a new star. Manny Pacquiao decided to go into the sunset, go around politics. He's not fighting anymore. Welcome to the new area. What's his name? I don't even remember his name. I know his name is Mark. This is the new era for him. The same way people love Manny Pacquiao against other fighters, and the same way they marketed Pacquiao as the nice Christian, wholesome guy outside the ring, but the killer inside the ring. This is it. This is Manny Pacquiao 2.0. And even if Gary Russell's hand was broken or not, or arm or however, and they did rob him, they was going to do the job anyway. His next fight, I don't even know if it's is it a rematch clause for it?
I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. No rematch clause.
No rematch clause.
See, when Al Haymon wants to use a fighter, that's how he gets him. He did the same thing to Sean Porter.
There's nothing there. And you know what? I was talking to a brother of mine, and I was telling him the one promoter that I always see that guarantees his rematches. I don't know how he do it. Is Eddie Hearn. Yep. You can take that loss, but that rematch is going to be there no matter what. He's going to have that rematch ready for you. Everybody else, I don't know. We're going to go ahead and talk to the trainer. We're going to figure out. We're going to talk to Bob. We're going to talk to Al. If you were Eddie Hearn, the minute you lost and get the opponent's arm is raised and they put that mic in your face, we going for the rematch. We got an automatic one. And like you said, Al Haymon.
But he was a mandatory though, so you don't really get rematches for mandatories like that, right, Fred?
I mean, you can put anything in a contract. Shit.
Yeah, I mean contracts are especially when you're considered the A side. Yeah, I want my rematch in case anything happens. Especially if Gary Russell says, as I seen what he said on Fight Hype. I've been dealing with this nagging injury since 2008. I mean, you can't. I like Gary Russell. I love him as a boxer, and I always applaud his conscious efforts to do African American or pretty much Pan African interests. Which again, I've always thought that the boxing world or the boxing community always seemed to give him a little backdoor hate for. But if you know your arm has been in a sling for what you say the better part of game of 12 years, you gotta put your rematch clause in there. So you can't really use that excuse because you said it's been nagging you since 2008. And you didn't go under the knife and you've been down for 2 years. So you should have been all right. Even if it was a bad injury, you won and held that belt for years with that same injury. But I just called because I just to put it on the record. We have seen the new Manny Pacquiao, and I would just to keep posterity on this day and prove to me, myself, and any other person that I know when I tell and what I've said that we're looking at the new Manny Pacquiao. When they signed him for a 5 or 6 fight deal with one of these major networks, most likely Showtime, you can see it. There it is. Clean cut Filipino guy. Just mold him into Manny Pacquiao. Same thing that we would hope they would do for Devin Haney or for Shakur Stevenson or for anybody that looks like one of us. Not going to do it. They got that Latinx name or got that look, even though he's Filipino, he's still anything but black. What did you say? Anything but ABN or anything but a nigga, or whatever however they call it. But he's it. And just had to be Gary Russell's a sacrificial lamb. Charlo's going down, he's going to get headed down that path too. I just seen something where you're saying one of the Charlos finally going to get the Canelo fight or whatever the case may be. if that's the case, they're gonna give it to Canelo, see him later, and that is what it is. Before y'all put the song on, man, Fred, I appreciate you taking the call. I hope every time I call, I like to beat the drum. You have to put that Black New Media Members Symposium together, Fred. It has to be done. I feel like you're the only person that really can put it together with the business acumen. And if you sat on here and planned to fight independently in less than a half an hour, you could put that together where everyone can meet up and meet each other in a formal way.
Right.
Y'all enjoy your night. I'm back in the chat. Kyle, enjoy your night.
All right, big dog. Have a good one.
Appreciate you. Las Vegas, Leon, salute, bros. This one hurt. I said that. Appreciate you, Leon. So nice we had to say it twice. Yeah, man, this is no rematch.
Yeah, if you can't dominate, like my thing is, bro, like if you can't dominate the fight,
last call.
You don't deserve to win, man.
How you been?
Fred.
How you been?
What's Gary wearing on his head every time you see him? A cap. What does he start each sentence with? A cap. What he used to shoot off in his backyard when he was a kid? Cap. Gary Russell is cap, man. Come on, Fred. He all cap, bro.
Okay. You should have said, where is he from? Capitol Heights. See, you should have said that one too. May as well,
Fred,
right?
Al
What's up?
Haymon is a piece of shit.
Big time.
I told
piece
you
of shit.
that
Big
years
time.
ago. You already knew that. But Fred, the nigga ain't fought in 2 years. 2 years ago, there wasn't no COVID. 2 years ago, Donald Trump was president. That's a long time ago, Fred.
Yeah. It's not by his choice. Trust me. No fighter wants to sit out 2 years, dog. None.
Fred, how many excuses do we got to listen to from Gary?
No, I'm not.
How many, bro? I mean, if it was anybody else, Fred, I would definitely agree with you. You know, I'm not an Al Haymon fan, but Gary Russell, man, this dude, he's in that position because of one guy, Gary Russell.
Okay. I mean, so if that's the case, he should have pulled out the fight then.
Yeah, how can you sit up and say, oh, it was my shoulder when you were out 2 years, nigga? What was you doing in 2 years? What the fuck was you doing?
But no PBC fighter don't know when they're fighting. It's not like, I'm telling you, no PBC fighter knows when they're fighting. None. Zero. Not one. You always say, how many times you want to fight this year? 3 times? How many times they fight? 1 time? They can't miss that payday.
It's sad, man. How do you let another grown man string your life up like that?
I mean, that's boxing.
Now, Fred,
yes.
Isn't Rolly gonna fight Tank?
No, I don't think so.
Again?
I don't believe so. I don't know what's going on with Tank. The earliest he could fight is June or July. So
who's next? Who is he gonna destroy next?
Ooh. Man.
Al, who's he gonna set up next?
Wow, who's Tank gonna fight next?
No, who's Al gonna set up?
It should be Rolly, man. Rolly should get that chance.
Who Al gonna set up next? Well, yeah. I mean, Jamal's gonna get a big payday, so his career is over. He ain't gonna want to, but he's gonna bow out gracefully because he's gonna make $12 million. So,
you said who?
Dive to the Canelo.
He ain't gotta take a dive. He fought. He's only fought 1 time in 2 years. See, Jamal Charlo. He's only fought 1 time in 2 years. Let me see.
No, he fought once a year.
1 time in 2 years. If you have to.
No, he's been fighting every year. He didn't have to fight every year.
Yes, so he's fought 1 time in 2 years, right?
I used to be a Jamal fan.
He fought in 2020 and 2021.
Listen, I'm trying to explain it to you.
Remember, he fought the Mexican dude for the belt.
I got you, Kyle. I'm trying to show you how the math works. Like,
Kyle, he punked out to Benavides. That's when I lost respect for him. I was a big Jamal fan.
Yeah, and they were
but
born on
after that
Malcolm X's
shit-
birthday too.
Yeah, once I was a bitch and a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan.
See, let me show you. Let me show you guys. He's fought one time in 2 years. This is what I was trying to
He
explain.
fought that dude. What was his name?
Servin
Eastern
Derevchenko.
European. Yeah,
Right? This is it, right?
that's his last fight.
Wait, this Jamel?
Derevchenko.
Oh, that's Jamel. I'm sorry. Let me go to Jamel.
Just go to Box Rec.
No, Jamel fought Castano, and he don't want to fight him again. I don't know where that's going. Is there going to be a rematch?
So this is Jamal. Okay.
What's up, Kyle?
So he's fought from September 27th, 2020 to now.
Mhm.
He's fought one time.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
He
Do
in
y'all
the Gary
understand
Russell
what the
Jr.
fuck is
club.
going on? Do y'all really see what's going on? He's fought Montiel since the Servin Derevchenko fight. So he's fought one time since September 27th. So that would be a year. That would, God damn. Man, he gonna get his ass beat. Man, it's not even gonna be a fight. It's not even gonna be competitive.
When is he supposed to
You
fight?
can
Canelo?
give a fight of $40 million as opposed to developing your talent. Man, I'm
The
telling you.
Charlos is fucking over their money, man. They doing up coke. Them niggas ain't, they just trying to get the bag.
I don't know, but
when you on that shit, dude, you just trying to get the bag. You don't realize that A, you're not that famous anymore. 2, you spending all your damn money. When you put the shit up your nose, you don't live in reality. You live in a different reality. You understand?
one can speak on what I know.
And
I don't know that to be true.
They just want a bag. That's it. And look what happened to Sean. I mean, Sean just wanted the bag, man. I'm not gonna speculate, but that fight looked weird. Okay, and expect the Charlos to be involved in some similar shit. You know, money talks. So what's up, Kyle? What's up, Kyle? Kyle, can you hear me?
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Brother Charles.
What are your thoughts, Kyle? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, since I'm a broke ass, since I'm a bitch and a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan, you know what I mean. I really don't give a fuck.
Come on, Kyle. We are. Come on, we buried that, bro.
Huh?
We buried that shit in the desert.
No, not you. No. I'm saying that's what Jamal Charlo called us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Man, the Charlos is on that shit, man. They putting that yayo up their nose, bro. They're in a different reality. You understand?
I don't hope they lose, but I'm never buying no merch ever again.
Fuck you mean you don't hope they lose? You soft ass nigga. What mean you don't hope they lose? Nigga, they just told you broke, nigga. You a piece of shit. And you went, I don't want to hope they lose.
It's hard to root against a black dude, man. I'm just being honest with you.
He rooted
man.
against you. He don't care about you and your 4 kids. Shit. It's easy for me. Shit. Easy. Hey, it's easy. It's easy for me, man. Shit. That motherfucker said, Kyle, you ain't shit. I don't respect your money. I don't respect nothing about you, man. I'm not fucking with the dude. I'm not fucking with him. I'm done with that dude. He coming to LA.
No more Charlo fights. Neither one of them. I ain't supporting none of them.
No, I got Castano. Castano
whooped him the first time.
I don't know. I don't remember that fight.
I just wish Tony Harrison.
Kyle, what do you think? Who won that fight? Jamel or Castano?
I thought Jamel won the fight.
Really? It was close though.
It was. I remember the fight being. I didn't score it in real time, so I think I went back and rewatched it, but I don't know who won. I don't know.
It was a close fight.
It was a close fight for sure. It was, but he don't respect that you worked 16s, you work doubles, and I don't know how anybody that can hear my voice can respect him. I don't know how anybody can. He don't respect you.
Last thing I want to say, man, is that Gary Russell, you saw him tap dance out of the Haney contract. You saw him. He's just talking all this shit about Tank, all these people that he's never gonna fight. He priced himself out of every fight. And now all of a sudden he's got an injury. I'm not buying that shit, nigga. You was out for 2 years. You could have got that arm fixed any fucking time you wanted.
Yep.
You know, with Al, you'll die and go to hell before you get another fight. So you have plenty of time to fix your shoulder. And then you're going to set it up. Oh, I got a shoulder injury. Mother, get the fuck out of here. I told you about Gary when he was going to fight this dude in the first place. I said, Gary ain't shit, man. He ain't shit on a dookie stick. And look what happened. I have no feelings for him. Everything he did to his career, he did it himself. He needs to look at the man in the mirror. That's what Michael said. I'm looking at the fucking man in the mirror, the short one with the cap.
So you don't think he get that dude a boxing lesson with one hand?
What?
He literally beat the man with one arm tied behind his back, bro.
Oh, God.
Why y'all giving that dude so much credit, man? That dude didn't really do shit, man. He missed 100,000 punches. And he kept running into the same left hand the whole night. That should count for something.
What did Lomachenko do? Whooped his ass. He would never even talked about rematching Loma. Never even talk. When a guy don't talk about rematching somebody, that means he got his ass whooped. Good. You might as well got your ass whooped in front of your mama. And you know she gonna cuss you out. The fuck you let that nigga whoop your ass like that for?
He said he wanted to rematch with the Filipino dude. So let's run it back.
Gary done, man. He done. Stick a toothpick in the center.
I can't hear you say it again.
Make sure. Kyle, stick a toothpick in the center. Open the oven. Stick a toothpick in. Make sure he done. Okay? I'm done with Gary. On that note, fellas, it's good to chat with you. I'm out. Fred, keep up the good
to
work,
hear from
bro.
you.
Keep roasting these niggas.
Actually, great to hear from you. We ain't heard from you in a minute.
Good
Appreciate
to hear from you too. Keep roasting these niggas, Fred. Later.
Okay. Okay.
The boxing fan formerly known as.
I forgot. You gotta keep reminding me. The artist formerly known as Super Coon, Charles. You know what I mean?
If you can't dominate a man with one arm as a professional boxer, bro, pack it in. Just pack it in. It's all right though. Raymond Ford gonna bust his ass though.
Oh man, who was that? There was another name too. There was Charlo, and there was another fighter that just openly so disrespectful. Who was the other fighter?
What?
There was another fighter that was just openly disrespectful towards the fan.
Oh, to Chris Colbert.
Oh, Chris Colbert. Yeah, he's fighting.
But he didn't really talk about. He didn't say anything about the fans though. He just talked about Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I just think, man, it's. Yeah, he didn't say anything about the fans.
Yeah, but he ain't saying anything about the fans though. See.
Oh man, yeah.
Jamel, he you know what I'm saying? He said something directly to the fans, which are his fans too, with his dumb ass.
Yeah, man, you can't disrespect the fans that are literally directly paying you. You know what I mean? It's you don't do business like that. Ironically enough, today is Derrick James' birthday. So I can't supersede like my me wanting Derrick James to win can't supersede like what's the word? Like the support I get from y'all. Like I can't root for Jamel Charlo and come in here and say, hey, welcome to the barbershop. Hell no. I can't. I think that's disingenuous, a lack of respect for people who support me every night. And I can't do it. I can't do it. He's fighting in my city. I'm not going. Was he fighting out here? March 19th? I won't be there. And I'm kind of itching to go to a fight, but I'm not going to that one.
You gonna be there somewhere in April.
Hey, what's in April? Yeah, if I can get a plane, if I can get someone to charter a plane with me, I'll gladly go. You know what I mean? Because I want to get out Sunday morning. I want to get in Saturday at 3, go straight to the fight, and be out first thing.
When you charter a plane, what's that doing?
I've never chartered one before, but I want to. I've never done it before. But I mean, it's same as flying first class, basically. You know, it's not it's not as expensive as you think. You know, maybe $1,000, $1,500 a person
Well, let's figure it out, Fred.
per way.
We have a barbershop flight.
Yeah, if y'all want to, if we want to go together, I'll gladly arrange it. If we can get 6 to 8 people, I'll gladly book it. Yeah, I would. We can all. They gotta announce the fight.
I'm gonna be there for sure.
They gotta announce the fight first, man.
Hey, listen, man. Keon, he in trouble, man, because I'm googling the most expensive restaurants right now as we speak.
As you should.
Ooh, I'm finna clean him up.
Yeah, yeah. I'll gladly.
And that's on wax.
Yeah,
that bit was on wax.
Yeah, it was. You got $100 out there too, though. You got to go back and watch those shows. But
I didn't get a hold of that, so you know what I'm saying. But that Keon, he got the
you earned it. You earned it the hard way too, in the snow.
Man, for real.
A special teams touchdown. God, dog, hey, these games have been. Hey, that game we saw before the Bills and the Chiefs,
bruh. Listen, so I'm supposed to take my cousin home, my brother. You know what I'm saying, my nigga. I'm supposed to take him to the crib, right? Because he had him and his daughter came through for the weekend and shit. And so I was supposed to take him back, taking him back during the game and shit.
Yeah.
The game was so good, man. And it went to overtime. My wife was like, the baby got to get in the bathtub. Like, you supposed to been gone. I said, man, this game was too good. I can't leave. You know what I'm saying?
It was 3 drives. It was like 4 winning drives in less than 2 minutes, dog. Yeah, man. It's and for those of you who love Al Haymon and who were unwavering on just living the truth, Bud Crawford is as cheap as he's gonna get. He's a free agent. He's in the court of public. His value has lessened. There's only one place he can go. Bob Arum doesn't want him. Eddie Hearn don't want him. So send all your pro-black energy, like send that voodoo, send it to send it to Al Haymon, and maybe he'll sign him.
Man, them niggas in cahoots, man. Yeah. All 4 of them niggas in cahoots. I need y'all niggas to understand it. Them niggas are in cahoots, bruh. They in cahoots, man.
Yeah, it's perfect. And yeah, if the fight don't happen, if he don't sign them now, why would you make the fight? They gonna send Earl to Canelo. Oh, fuck it. Nah, we might as well just fuck him, man. We don't want the black dollars. That is a direct disrespect to the black fan base if Al Haymon don't make the fight with Earl Spence. Because where else can Terence Crawford go? It's only one place he can go. You know, so we'll see.
Why not? Bob in cahoots too, nigga. They all in cahoots, nigga.
Yeah, Bob just does interviews.
Listen, man, just cause we don't talk about Bob every day, that don't mean that nigga's free and clear of our shit. We get on nigga all the time.
It's no business.
But the thing about Bob Arum is he didn't come on telling you that he was going to save the black fighter and save the black fans from paying a lot of money for fights. He didn't come on doing that. Al Haymon told you that he was going to take care of the black fighters. Al Haymon told us that. Al Haymon said he was going to put on free fights for the fans. That's what he told us he was going to do. And that shit ain't happening. We ain't got no great fights on Fox or period. As you know what I'm saying, we have not.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I use that period? You see how I said you see how I dropped it on?
Drop what?
Get it? I said I was talking about Al Haymon, so I said period because like Leonard Ellerby, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I love Bob, y'all. Might as well just fit it. That's my best.
Yeah, man. We know Bob Arum is a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a fucking liar. You know what I mean?
World. Get over it.
But y'all know but see, this is the thing. We don't gotta convince y'all that Bob Arum is a piece of shit. We gotta convince y'all that Al Haymon is a piece of shit. You see the difference? Everybody over here, we already know that
they got that
Bob is a piece of shit. We're trying to understand that Al Haymon is a piece of shit, like Eddie Hearn's a piece of shit, like De La Hoya's a piece of shit. They all pieces of shit, and they pieces of shit together. They in cahoots, man. I'm telling you, they all in cahoots.
Yeah, but they're not gonna wake up. I wouldn't even waste time convincing them. I'm talking to the people who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Everybody else, good luck to you. You know, I don't even know if we even talk about top ranked fighters in here. For real, for real.
Fred,
Yes.
$79, man.
That's how much the pay-per-view is?
Are you out of your fucking mind?
$79. It's not $49.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Man, come on, man.
My man.
Nah, they gonna change that. They ain't gonna.
I know you don't. I know you don't fuck with gas because you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine what gas costs.
My man. Come on, man.
It's not $79.
Come on, son.
Well, I got a cure anyway. I got a cure for that, and my cure works seamlessly. Seamlessly, dog. Seamlessly. Young Merv, you want to come in for a sec? Come on in.
Huh?
I said, Young Merv, the cut man, want to holler real quick. I got no respect.
$79, Fred.
The man went from free boxing for all to $79. Like I don't fuck with the dude, man. Y'all do. I don't fuck with him. And it's sad that y'all lack common sense to even care about yourself more than you care about your love for boxing. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Al Haymon's a piece of shit. He used all the black.
Hey, Keon, come on and jump on the panel.
No, not now. Not now.
Oh,
we out of here. We out. Young Merv the Cut Man said he wanted to say something real quick, and we out of here. Not you, Crypto. I ain't talking to you. Nah, I'm good. Come in tomorrow. Young Merv from San Diego. You know, he comes in here and every night.
Well, Keon, say something in the chat if you heard my bet.
Oh yeah. Oh, Keon, you got a big dinner. You got a big dinner. You got to pay for. Damn, Keon, how you lose, dog?
He always losing best to me, man. He always losing best to me.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't get 2 touchdown drives. Oh,
Aaron Rodgers is the Sean Porter NFL.
Nah, he ain't that bad. He only got one championship.
Bro.
He only got one championship.
One championship.
Wow. How many MVPs he got? 2, 3?
He got a lot.
Damn. Who's better, him or Tom Brady?
I'm going with Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a proven commodity, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Listen, look at New England. What the hell they done since Tom Brady left? Tom Brady done been deep in the playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers throws a great ball. And by the way, I will be interviewing Bob. We spoke Friday, but he was sick. I was sick. And I was like, Bob, let's do it next week. I woke him up. And I was like, nah, let's do it next week. So sometime this week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll have Bob. If you haven't watched the Cameron Duncan, I interviewed Cameron Duncan Saturday. So I did that. And so hopefully more to come. So, and we'll go from there. So, yeah.
Well, Fred.
I guess Young Merv, the cut man. Hey, Crypto, you got to beam in tomorrow. Beam in tomorrow. We'll take your call tomorrow. All right. Appreciate you. No, beam in tomorrow. We'll talk about that.
Well, Fred, keep your foot on these suckers' neck.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And thank y'all. See, imagine if I ended the show every night. Fuck y'all broke niggas. Imagine if I ended the show every night like that.
Hey, fuck y'all support, nigga.
Yeah, fuck y'all support. Go to Blue Blood. Shout out to Champ Side. I wore a Champ Side sweater today, man. You know, shout out to Champ Side. And I think it's disingenuous for me to support him and come in here and be. I think it's terrible. So I can't do it. So go ahead and support them. Go ahead and send your money. Go ahead. You got to support black fighters that don't give a fuck about your money. Enjoy it. You ain't got to call me a sucker twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
ain't happening.
Well, Fred, man, you know, we're not employees. We're not supervisors, nigga. We bosses. You know what I'm saying? In the words of the great philosopher DB, Fred Drop.
Mm-hmm.
Play the song, Fred!
There it is. There it is. Jerryon, Thomas, Freddie, Travis. That's a great name, Freddie. That's a great job. Great name, Mr. Valdez. Crypto, beam in tomorrow, man. Beam in tomorrow. We'll holler at you tomorrow. Appreciate you. Birdman, Reginald, I ain't no boxing. I guess Young Merv the Cut Man didn't see the link. It's cool. Respect my tech. Struggle.
Man, I'm about to have some to-go boxes.
Yeah.
Fred.
Who?
I'm finna have a lot of to-go boxes, boy.
Oh, yeah. And if you what was I gonna say? If you disagree with me, call in. Y'all don't call in. Y'all just talk in the chat. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all the same. I ain't no boxing. Keeping up with KB, Greenmount. Appreciate y'all. Right side. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you, Jerome. Struggle, Birdman, American boxing fan.
Man, don't forget, man. The Real War Story documentary, man. Y'all support the film.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you go to Kyle's DM and click the link. And go to his Instagram and click the link. Or go to theboxingsection.com. People Hernandez, what it do, baby? What it do? Yeah, call in. If you disagree, call in, man. This y'all's show. I actually need people to call in and disagree with me.
Peoples Hernandez.
You know what I mean? I really need that. You know what I mean? Next week is the 30th. Sweat with your persistence. Man, Al Haymon is a piece of shit, man. He went from free boxing for all, signed all these fighters, now on pay-per-view with no fight dates. Oh, man.
$79, man.
$79. See, we don't feel it because we just root for Earl, Spence, and Deontay Wilder. But how about Robert Easter? How about the Bartholomew brothers? We don't talk about them, right? I know. We don't talk about them.
It's insane, Fred. It's insane. How y'all not mad at Al Haymon for charging $79 for this for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios when they both lost their last fights?
Yeah, and
that's fucking crazy, man.
I know. I remember getting on Eddie Hearn about that. I can't believe I had the nerve to get on Eddie Hearn for charging $9, $10 a month. How ridiculous does that sound now? You know what I mean? Now Al Haymon charging us at least $75. Wow, 75. It was 75 for Tank, 40 for Luis, and 75 in February for Keith Thurman. Y'all like giving away money, huh? Love y'all, man. Mayana. I'll see you tomorrow, Kyle. All right, peace, y'all.